Sounds. P-O.
Nice, Siri. Great.
Oh,
On
God.
that note, we are live on the internet, so
We are live
We should
for
probably-
minutes.
it's
At
probably
this very
just a-
moment, we are live.
I
Yes.
just got the notification.
Oh. My YouTube just notified us that we were live.
Yeah.
Thank you, YouTube, for telling us that we are live.
Yes. Why we're live on the internet?
Thanks, YouTube.
Great.
YouTube, we're so proud of you. YouTube, thank you, YouTube. 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 We live. I have no life, okay.
I love how that's
Maybe
like,
they-
you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
That's the whole
No, I
point.
don't know what live meant.
You know. Maybe you assume you're just not live at all, and then
Right?
Subscriptions.
let's see. Oh.
Oh, hey, I found us. I'm going to mute it so I don't cause any problems here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there we are.
People are streaming in though.
There you go.
One is watching now. That is me. I'm watching.
Yeah, we have 5 on Twitter too.
Dun, dun, dun.
So what do we talk about? Well, I guess we already have a topic unintentionally.
Like, notice me, senpai.
If you want to just get straight into it, 2 minutes in.
Oh, you mean the topic with Jeremy?
The topic of the day, yeah.
Oh, the man that thinks that just because he's the face of the company that he's a good person. Want to punch him in the face.
No.
I'm gonna punch him in the face because I don't like him. Trying to, gonna be that person where it's gonna be like, I'm gonna do the black square on Tuesday and not share anything at all, and then share my half-ass little thing about Zach supporting Black Lives Matter, but I'm not gonna share anything important, and then let's go, let's continue, and then after the whole thing happens for that half-ass post, we're gonna just complain about not getting into the studio because people are protesting. Because it's half-ass. My thing popped up. And then I'm just like here complaining about it now. Hold up, hold my thing right here now. Jeremy puts his face out because, he's the owner of Zag and he's the one who got Miraculous out there. Good for
After all,
him.
it's his name behind the company.
Good for him. But,
Mhm.
this dude is a mess. Like, there's so much that there's so many fans out there that look at him and idolize him, but don't realize how much of a mess he is. Hell, he's
Do you want
worse
us
than
to tea
Thomas.
right now?
Hell, he's worse than Thomas. Everybody bitches and whines about Thomas all the time, but do they understand the real issue? Who the real problem is inside the company? No, they idolize him. They idolize Ezra. God damn. I'm here to complain, y'all. Here's my rant
The bars
for
are
the
off.
Miraculous
We got the
fandom.
10K. We're just gonna listen about right now.
I opened this account for the hell of it because I wanted to support my friends. I wanted to support Thomas and I wanted to support Winnie. But you know what? I do not like Jeremy at all. He is sexist. He is racist. He thinks he's better than everybody. He is the worst human being out there.
That's a pretty high claim.
He is one of the worst people out there to support. And with how he is during this movement, he's not even he shared that thing saying, "Oh, we're gonna share links or whatever," after everybody called him out. A whole bunch of my friends have called him out. Even I called him out. I'm like,
Very
are you seriously gonna complain about not getting into the studio? Are you seriously gonna complain about this, about your white privilege? Because, you're showing a lot of white privilege, sir. I don't care if you're French or not. You are hella white.
Is he French? I know he was French. I thought it was American, honestly.
No, he's French.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, anyway, like, you see everybody else sharing about the whole thing, sharing causes, all that kind of fun stuff. But, he's just sitting there and not giving a damn. He's literally keeping silence, which is hurting more than actually using his big following and using his big account to get things out there.
Some sort of influence, yeah.
Like, I would be out there protesting too, but Salt Lake have a lot of crazy people here, and there's a lot of whites. Yeah, there's a lot of white supremacists in my own state, and so I can't. And so me going out there is basically risking my life and several other people's lives. And I would go to Provo and do it, but as you can tell, I'm poor right now, and we don't have a lot of gas, and I'm on a freaking brace right now because I can't walk around a lot. And so here I am trying, and here I am like throwing it out in the public. I'm like, y'all need to start doing this shit. Don't say all lives matter when when Black lives don't even matter to all these white supremacists. Like, here I am gonna just continue this. Let me just continue this, man. Like, I share links. I share links. I share causes. I share evidence. I share everything to get it out there. You know how many what was it? Petitions I've signed? I've signed over 30 petitions during this time. I've signed 30 petitions because, I'm not a cop person. I don't like cops. But that's just me as a person because I've had bad experiences with certain cops in the past. And I'm white. Like, that's basic. Imagine how bad experiences I've had, and my white privilege has shown where I don't get shot or anything. But then you imagine all these people who are different races who get much worse. Like, white privilege is a problem. Okay. I've been ranting a lot, but yeah, do not follow Jeremy. He just wants your goddamn money. Don't follow him. He is a hungry money person. He is racist. He is sexist. He's big on. You know what? I'm pretty sure he only unfollowed Trump because guess what? Everybody kept calling him out.
The miraculous fan account just went off on Jeremy.
Yes, I went off on Jeremy. I don't like Jeremy. He is a terrible person. He is hateful to women. He is hateful to a lot of people, and he only plasters himself as the good person because he's the one who got miraculous out there. He's flaunting someone else's creation. But that's just my word here. I don't really care how Jeremy will feel about me. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. He tells me to like, after my first interview with Winnie, I'm gonna continue. My bad. My first interview with Winnie, I
This could
sent
be a
it
Thai
to
ice cream.
somebody who used to work there. I will not name names because I like giving people privacy. But I sent an email showing my interview with Winnie because it has miraculous stuff. It's miraculous information. I was just 19. I was getting used to things. I was still technically a freaking teenager at this time, and I sent that information. They're all like, "Hey, you want to interview so and so and so and so?" And I'm like, peer pressured under this, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that. Let's do that." So I kind of did that, and then after I interviewed them, things happened in my life. I got hella depressed. I was almost homeless, and then all of a sudden, I had to let them know. And you know what? Me trying to explain the situation, I even tried to contact Jeremy personally because he wanted me to interview these people, and he freaking ghosts me. He doesn't even bother answering any of my messages. He ghosts me. And then a few months later, the reporter Linda Lee started being showcased everywhere, and I was like, okay.
That's
I'm
how we're gonna do this.
I'm like, this is how we're gonna do this? Is this how we're gonna do this? And no, I'm not salty about it. Linda Lee is such a sweetheart, and I've watched her videos and I've enjoyed her videos, but she also is a little girl with her parents' help, and I was just a single teenager living on my own.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay. But yeah, let's just ghost me, and that's just that's just a little bit of my hatred towards him. But since I've already ranted to you guys, thank you for listening to my rant. You can go on to your whole merry way of celebrating Miraculous. Miraculous season 4 will not be coming out until 2022 because pandemics and riots.
2022. Wow.
Oh wow.
I'm kidding. I don't know the actual date, guys.
I don't know. I mean, people. People I don't know.
It's based on the broadcasters here, y'all. It's not me.
Well, here's my opinion is that if they can get Miraculous done, I'm sure any broadcaster would love to have the programming right now. Because I mean, we have Fox literally broadcasting celebrities watching TV at this point on primetime television.
It's okay. On my saltiness, I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper to enjoy the saltiness.
See, told you Dr. Pepper is better.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper is way better. If y'all gonna tune in on and watch this video after bit, I'm sorry for my rant in the future. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
I just had to spill the tea.
First,
the tea is real.
10 minutes.
Just killed any chance we had. Any chance we had of getting anywhere with the show. Just killed it all right here.
I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real. Zag is not the greatest company ever. Actually, it's probably one of the worst companies ever.
I mean, we could do.
Besides Storm, have they come out with anything else yet?
There was that toy thing. There was that toy show, and then
yes, Power Players, yeah.
But they ain't that good either,
I mean, it gets Sunday mornings on Cartoon Network.
I was so incredibly excited for Pixie Girl, but I don't think it's ever going to come out. I feel like they dropped that.
Yeah.
He keeps he keeps starting new projects and then not finishing them or throwing them off. So kind of annoying to deal with that kind of stuff, man.
I mean, we've heard nothing from it at this point. since like the very initial like here's 10 seconds of footage.
Oh, footage. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Zack Storm was fine. I just didn't really get into it. Versus like Miraculous, that I watched Mr. Pigeon first, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
So
I watched like maybe 2 episodes of Zack Storm and said, "Fuck, I quit. I don't like it. It's disgusting. It's terrible.
Disgusting. Wow.
It's terrible." Like I the characters, they like you look at them and everything, and I'm like thinking for exact. I'm like maybe it'll get better each episode, and so I tried doing that, and these characters had potential. The storyline had potential, but it's not that great. And yes, I understand it being for kids, but even for kids will probably like tell you the same thing. Kids are really honest these days, so
I mean, I don't even think for kids is honestly a good excuse because we've seen like incredible kids TV like in the last few years, especially.
Yeah, like Elena of Avalor has a really good storyline.
Exactly.
I fell out of it, but I watched pretty much the first season, and it had a really good storyline, and that's for kids. And same with
for kids like preschool.
Yeah, Sophia the First and Paw Patrol. I like Paw Patrol. I'll admit
I like Paw Patrol too, because my cousin liked Paw Patrol too.
Yeah, it's just hard sometimes to find good TV shows. So like, honestly, Tomas Drew was the one like helping write all of the stories, and same with Winnie. I think they would progress further than they have. But Jeremy is throwing out like, oh my gosh, we have this brand new design for this new character, and it's like
he continues to do it.
Yeah.
He continues to do it and continues to do it. If y'all want a really good series, just go watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It explains everything controversial. Go watch it. It is on Netflix. Like, come on. Let me, as a 24-year-old, tell you how much inspiring episodes there are when it comes to Avatar: The Last Airbender. It goes through everything.
Yeah. That's a really good
show. Make the cases for like
and then there's Code Lyoko, but then the last season of Code Lyoko kind of flopped because they made it live action.
Oh my god. I liked
the actresses. I really did.
I liked
and then
all the way until they got into the internet, and then that just my brain was like, I can't. But I still watched it. I still
watched it too. And I like the actors who played it, but it kind of flopped because of how they directed it and how they just left it hanging at a certain point. And I didn't really like that.
Yeah. Did you watch the live action?
I watched it twice.
Okay.
Ouch. Was it a good choice or a bad choice?
I haven't watched live action, but I've seen like scenes of it. But I'm that kind of person that's really hard to go from an animated series to a live action movie.
Yeah, they kind of
live up to.
They kind of butchered Thomas Romain's story that he was trying to build. And it's kind of sucky to see how they did that to him. And he kind of just let it go when it's, no one wanted to leave it alone. I even asked about it with him, and because the anniversary's coming up soon for it, and he says he hasn't thought of Code Lyoko in like days.
Days? I mean, this is
maybe not days. Days, years.
Dude,
I am hot and sweaty and I need a shower and sleep, and so I'm just speaking out of my ass at this moment.
But I should say for everyone watching, just feel free to leave us questions. We can't see them all, so maybe we'll touch on them if you send them our way.
Because if not, I'm just gonna rant about stuff that's not even miraculous.
Yeah, we're kind of ranting hardcore. Sorry about that. I'm a hardcore ranter. I don't like people some
Just-
days.
Basically, our group chat.
Honestly, though.
Current events. Yeah, as much as we want to make, as much as I'm okay with Miraculous being a safe haven. People keep asking about season 4, and I'm like, it is not the time.
They have bigger
No.
things.
Y'all
One
need
is the
to
pandemic.
get to the current events, man.
Yeah.
It
Nothing's
is
being
not the
recorded.
time.
Nothing's being
Got a lot to
recorded,
happen.
or even like tables reads are being done. Like nothing is being done in any show right now because it's not safe.
At least
And
they're all being done virtually
Pandemic,
at
there's
that.
protesting.
The only thing that's going to be released is stuff that's already been recorded, and I'm not even talking about Miraculous Ladybug. I'm talking about anything. So like
Although we,
a few
Y'all-
although we,
Y'all, I'm only grumpy because they've postponed so many of my animes. So here I am being a salty person right now. And so if you guys have
Where's
to
my
wait for
TV?
Miraculous, if you guys have to wait for Miraculous, I have to wait for my anime. And you know what? Anime is 10 times better. And I
Whoa.
we have 2 years for season 2. We can wait however long this is gonna take. Like
it's okay.
Yeah.
Luca and Marinette is Endgame, so y'all can just go bye. Kagami and Adrian is Endgame. Y'all can go bye.
Oh my gosh. It's unfollow. Mass unfollow us right now.
Come
But we'll
at
see.
me, bros.
I mean, we did get the coronavirus like PSA with UNICEF, which is pretty much, as far as I know, done completely on the fly.
Hey, yo.
So that
So, continue.
so that does give us like at least some level of.
Is he frozen?
Yep.
Is he? He's frozen. He's frozen in time, Abby.
Oh no.
I wonder when he's gonna catch on.
Hopefully quickly.
Andy doesn't realize it.
Let me message him.
I was like, wait, are you gonna just stop or are you gonna continue? And then like, oh, he's frozen.
He's not moving.
Oh yeah, my camera's not on.
Oh.
he disappeared.
Hey.
You
He's
kind of
not-
disappeared, man.
We had a good laugh.
That was kind of funny.
Just left.
You're just like, it's all like, keep frozen in time.
You're just like frozen, like
Dang. Of all the faces for me to be
it was
frozen
like,
on.
well, you're not blinking, so
I
He
either
just
died
stopped
or.
I was like, stopped at a position. Oh, so there's this orange cat that terrorizes my cat. And so I was literally laying on my bed doing stuff on my phone, and I look up for just a split moment. This orange cat snuck into my house, and we made eye contact. And I had to like get up real quick, and I'm like, stalked him to my back door. He went through the doggy door and everything. And you know what? I shut that doggy door real quick.
not today.
I'm like, are you real? I don't even pay attention about life anymore. I don't even do stuff anymore. I'm a lazy person who
I don't
is
even know what day it is. I was like,
Here's
tomorrow's
my
Friday. I'm like, okay.
Thursday.
I've been watching YouTube. I'm pretty caught up on true crime. Now I'm watching Big Bang Theory from beginning to end. I think I'm on season 3. I'm not sure. I just let it play.
I've been watching stuff. I've rewatched a lot of Disney movies. I've done a lot of stuff. I have to burp. Excuse me.
Great entertainment.
It's all like, how many people will watch this live? Not that many, but at least we know that they're watching.
There are, yeah.
We need more people to be live.
Did we share it on the account? Did you guys share it
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
account?
No, yeah. It's there.
It's like, no, yeah, no, yeah. Wait,
We got it.
wait a second. Yeah, I only follow like the fan accounts, and I follow Thomas and I follow Winnie, but that's about it. Oh, and I follow the voice actors and actresses. But
Obviously.
I will.
yeah.
I will never like. I won't follow. I won't
Kelly was
follow
like a
the
12.
like. I unfollowed the main Miraculous account. I unfollowed Zag. Oh, thank you for quality.
Nice, Brandon.
Thanks. Anyway, I unfollowed the Miraculous account. I unfollowed Zag. I unfollowed Ezra because I never liked Ezra in the beginning. I was just using him for information. I don't like him.
It's all coming out now.
It's all coming out now. I don't like him.
Like the last time we're gonna be on the account. Jeez, I don't know if we want to let everything out now.
It's all like, this is my last moment in time, guys. I'm here to let you all know that these are horrible people and you idolize them. I'm bringing it back all the way from the beginning. I'm gonna stop complaining about it. I'm voicing a lot of people. I'm voicing for a lot of people who do not like Jeremy and who do not like Ezra.
I mean, to be fair, we kind of did get into it, like on our last live stream, where we kind of held back a little bit. Clear, that's gone now.
I kind of went off a little bit on it, but you know, it's just. But I'm just going full force now. I'm not really gonna care anymore. Like. Jeremy is a terrible person in general, and I know a lot of terrible people, but Jeremy's just a terrible person.
Yeah. Don't get me started on Jake Paul and his brother.
Yeah. And Ezra is not as great of person as people think he is. And even if they come and listen to this and hear what I'm saying, I'm not gonna just be like, kissing ass about it, because you know I'm kind of sick and tired of just keeping quiet at this point, because so many people go through all of this and they can't say anything, and I feel bad that they can't say anything, but then here I am just blabbering my mouth. And then I'm with this and then with the whole Black Lives Matter thing and the riots and the protesting and the pandemics and Ebola coming back and everything else on 2020.
It's been a mess. It's been a mess.
It's kind of my time to like be really honest on a lot of things, because people who say that Jeremy and Thomas work together, and all that kind of stuff to make Miraculous. Don't get me wrong. He was a part of getting Miraculous out there. He is literally an animation company getting works out there. But with all of the stuff that he's done in the past, all of the wrongdoing he's done towards Thomas and the team in France, all of the wrongdoing he's done to a lot of people who have worked there, all of the wrongdoing he's done, I'm like done being that person where I'm just going to be sitting on the sideline and having it not be said. And I understand how Jeremy, he's a man who owns a freaking company, who has money, who could literally
who has money.
Yeah, I know, who has money, who likes
I can't relate to that one.
who will literally use the opportunity to sell crappy merchandise to fans that are
Oof.
desperate for it. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not buying any of that merchandise. I got
and trying to get it out there and having, and like literally, like it's bad because there's people working in the store who literally guilt tripping or not even giving refunds to people. And I'm not gonna name names, but we all know who we're talking about. Am I correct?
Mm.
And they're not good, and they're basically acting like spoiled children when certain people want refunds, or when we know what's going on, we're calling them out on product making and how terrible it looks. Hell, the chibi, the freaking Cat Noir chibi, y'all. And the pricing is terrible. They
Yeah.
suck at marketing. They suck at creating
Oh,
things. They really need to
gosh.
start working on it. Like, hire people that can properly do stuff. Hire people who know how to work when it comes to selling merchandise. Hire somebody that's not that's currently working with you. And I'm not here to bag on the people who are messing up the products. I'm just saying that it's poorly done, and it's poorly planned and everything. Like, y'all are trying to compete with Disney, and Disney's
Mhm.
and it's kind of not working
They kind of
because
they're doing.
it's
They
kind
kind
of
of what
not
they're doing.
it's kind of not working because your products are ugly. You're overpricing your products, and you're trying to compete with Disney, who can outshine you on all three of those. They don't care. They
Mhm.
can price their stuff higher because they have been
They all Disney.
they're Disney. They've been here since the early 1900s, and they've worked and built themselves, and they actually have professionals properly make their merchandise, and they're allowed to do certain things because they're such a powerful company,
yeah,
and you
and
can't compete with that.
you can't just show up one day and decide, I'm going to take down a company that's been around for a really long time and that has bought out other
Basically a
companies.
century.
And so it's like, you can't just, yeah, he has money, but he decided that he's going to try to beat Disney that's been out since way before he was born.
He's basically
my thing
trying
is-
to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
my thing is,
I'm
I mean, it's one thing to compete, but like you can compete, and then if you mess up, like own up to it and fix the problem well. Like they haven't even done that.
They haven't done that. They overprice their stuff. They fail on fixing certain things. They use cheap things to create stuff. It's not working out here, yo. You might just want to backtrack. And considering the fact that there's so much
Let's
things
finish
that
the show
goes on
first.
inside Zag that is very inappropriate, it's not looking pretty on your company, on certain people, because certain people know these things. It's getting out there, and you're literally gonna be like, oh, they're gonna keep quiet. No, certain people will not stay quiet for long. And here I am gonna spill that tea right now. I ranted earlier, but there's so much tea on Jeremy that I know about. There's so much things I know about Jeremy. There's so much things. And yeah, spill the tea.
I'm trying to find the Chat Noir chibi.
Ew, let's not talk about that. That's like a disturbance in the force.
I feel like I need to show them a visual. Because I need to remember how truly awful it looks.
I don't remember the chibi, but I like the chibi videos that came out. Those are cute.
Oh, those are great. Those are fantastic.
I miss those.
Angie's a wonderful artist and a wonderful person in general, so just go follow her. She's very nice.
Anybody have any questions?
I wonder if there's going to be any questions considering the fact that I'm lame. All I'm doing is
Yes,
ranting.
towards everything. Everything is.
I'm salty.
Everything's
What else to talk
towards-
about?
I'm salty, okay? I'm salty, really salty. I don't like people. I don't like people who use their power to get what they want and try and be put on a gold platter. Stop worshiping this dude. This dude only wants your money.
Okay, this is like the only thing I found that's like. I mean, I know it's not the what it actually ended up looking like, but this looks promising. It did at least.
It looks promising. Terrible.
Where do we go wrong?
That's,
The one thing that still like bugs me is the fact that the doll, the Ladybug and Cat Noir doll, has like long hair for Ladybug.
Mhm.
Like it's not supposed to be this.
She has
long.
pigtails.
It's supposed to be like
She has pigtails.
I can't do it with my hair. It's supposed to be like that long,
Yeah.
and it's not. And I'm just like, what the heck? And then Cat Noir's hair isn't real. Still has the banana hair though.
he's
I
a
have
banana. He's Len Cogamine. He's the French version of Len Cogamine. The Vocaloid, by the way.
I haven't seen that.
He's a
I need to get
Vocaloid.
back
It's not
into it.
Japan. I mean, it's not like a Japanese anime or anything. It's just a virtualized virtualized
Mhm.
singer.
Thing.
0 viewers is showing on Twitter. So we're sorry for the rant. Not really.
Sorry, not sorry.
We
Y'all
need
want
say
to
that.
hear-
We need
Don't-
drama and controversy.
Don't cover your ears and think that Jeremy is a perfect person. He is not.
I feel like just change the title to just Jeremy's not a perfect person. Exposed.
I was so mad with his story. I went to go see if he actually did something or if he was responding back, but nah. This fool. Oh, we're gonna share links. 6 hours later. Where is it?
Did he even share? Because I mean, let's see. Let's just go through this everything now. So the Marcus account basically had the whole basic brand sort of became a diversity and freedom and get it together. Where we don't stand for racism. That was
He's just-
2 days ago.
He's just basically saying that sharing to everyone, to the world, that he doesn't care. He wants to stay silent. He's racist.
Mm.
I'm not racist. Let's go with that. Listen, I'm not the only one who's calling him out. I mean, really, come on now. Wow.
I mean, for this to be the only thing that y'all post is appalling, I think. It's the basic. I mean, for sure, the parties are on like diversity. Like, it just seems like a missed opportunity.
Like,
Yeah.
he has really messed up. He really has messed up.
Well,
Like-
when Miraculous ends, he's gonna learn.
He's gonna learn the hard way once Miraculous ends because he doesn't have anything that's gonna.
Going for him, at least.
He's just not gonna have anything that'll top Miraculous when it comes to Zag Studio. he's gonna learn really hard that just using that whole platform and stuff is not gonna look good on him.
I mean,
I'm a
Marcus, let's
salty
see.
person.
It's coming up on what, 5 years this year? Yeah, it'll be 5 in September.
Mm.
And the only other show we have is we have Zach Storm and Power Players.
I don't think Zach Storm has come out into season or come out with a second season. I think
It
it's just
hasn't.
one.
It only has season 1.
Hell, I'm
Same
more
with Power
interested
Players.
in Umbrella Academy than this.
Is that saying that Umbrella
I
Academy is
still haven't
bad?
finished season 1.
Season 2 will be out soon for Umbrella Academy. You don't understand how excited I am.
This says that a second season is planned to be released in September of 2020 for Zach Storm. That's probably gonna be good.
That's gonna get pushed.
The
Man, the pandemic's Stop the whales.
Y'all funny. They're too funny.
In a pandemic. I mean, even before the pandemic, I don't think it was going to hit September, but
I mean,
now
I don't
with the
know how
pandemic,
it's published, but
I would love to see him hit September on what network?
right?
Because it was crazy. I mean, it's pretty much a Netflix original at this point, right?
Yeah.
I know Discovery Family had it at some point, but it ended up going to Netflix.
You don't laugh about it.
I mean, good luck on releasing it, but
Oh,
guess I'm gonna go
jeez.
to
And then-
Remember when certain things were supposed to be released and then they weren't released until way later?
oh yeah,
Season 2 or season 3?
season 2.
You know,
it's going to be released in February. No, now it's going to be May. No, it's going to be sometime in the summer. Never mind.
We had a whole
November.
we had such a long little like back and forth of one season. I don't know if it was season 2 or season 3 was going to come to Netflix. It was basically the thing was like it'll be out in November, and then it came out in like March or something, or something like that. It was like months later.
The Christmas special, but even that was just
Underwhelming.
fast. Well,
Yeah.
it was
excited
like
that
there
we're
was
gonna
supposed to be
do
more in that story and it got cut off because
Yeah.
of how Jeremy manipulated it and everything. So
Because it was supposed to originally be an hour.
yeah,
Roughly.
it originally was supposed to be an hour and that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the other specials you heard nothing about. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, you've said. I mean, you got stuff in your interviews, Serena. But like, other than that, we've seen nothing of it.
Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing.
We saw like concept art months ago.
Like we're just getting like empty promises.
Mm-hmm. There was a
There's-
live
it's-
action movie in there somewhere.
Nothing
Live
surprises
action
me at this
movie.
time.
That wasn't a live
Live
action
action
movie. That was a musical. That's now not a musical.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me anymore. There's no surprise at all.
We should shocked if we get a movie at this point because like that movie's been 16 different things.
Musical.
Not a musical.
Oh,
Thomas's
Eh.
I can't say it. Thomas's idea. Now it's Jeremy's idea. Like
This one from a live action movie that was supposed to come out next year. It's supposed to come out in 2021 originally.
it's probably gonna be like 2025 at this point.
If that.
I say 2030. That's the farthest I'll go.
You think it's gonna get done in 2030? I think if it goes that long, it's not happening.
It makes sense though, because it'll be like a reboot.
A
Oh.
reboot. Ah.
I mean, think about it. If the show ends by 2030, or 2025, and then it comes out in 2030. Then 5 years.
I guess this became the 10K became more of the whole roasting Zag Studios.
We're gonna
The
spill
roast of
tea.
Jagtoon.
We're gonna roast and we're gonna spill tea and hey guys.
Oh yeah, we hit 10K. Thank you.
The past 45 minutes.
That's all it's been.
The
Like,
we're supposed to love.
By the
You
way,
know-
this conversation has been going gone longer than 45 minutes. It's just 45 minutes. Is how long we've been lying.
Yes.
I ain't gonna be the person who's gonna stay quiet. I'm tired of it.
Hmm. I mean, I think like some of it needs to be called out because I mean,
There's a lot of call outs I want to
there's
say.
a lot we've had. We're supposed to have. We've been promised that it's either not happening or we've heard nothing about in ages.
Right?
Mm.
It's hard to trust someone that just continuously lies and lies
Mhm.
Yeah,
and lies.
he's Lila. That's what it is. He's Lila.
Ah, there we go.
Jeremy
That's
Zag-
why
Jeremy
it's a
Zag
metaphor.
is Lila. I get the metaphor now. Bye.
Cast him in the live action movie. That'd
Y'all,
be funny.
Don't call Jeremy Zag a pedestal because you know that's what Lila does too. We all know.
Oh,
We all know.
you know, this is like a good parallel because Lila was the pedestal that everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, Lila's the best. She's
Lila's
Italian."
the best. Oh yeah, she's Italian. She's
A model,
she-
a
she-
humanitarian.
she travels the world.
Mhm.
That
Which I mean,
toy game thing is power players.
yes,
Mm.
I
that is
saw
on TV.
What?
the like promo for it,
Mhm.
and I was like, that kind of looks like a Zag show. And then I found out it wasn't. I was like,
That kind of looks like a Zach show.
You know what? I'm also looking at this the Rena Rouge that they are supposedly coming out with, and I'm like,
the dog.
they're gonna mess this one up badly.
Oh, I hope they don't. I will
It's
hurt
okay.
somebody if they mess her up.
They're gonna mess her up. You can
I
tell.
will hurt somebody.
I'm like looking at
if
these
they see me
images.
in LA, I will. They won't hear the end of it.
Ooh, it's not gonna look pretty. I can already tell you that.
Like-
I'm like,
concept design and concept actuality are very different.
Please don't
mm,
screw this up. She doesn't
they're
deserve
gonna
it.
screw it up. They're gonna screw up the TVs too that they originally are. Like, there's no come on. It can't be a surprise to you guys. It's literally not a surprise.
I'm disappointed, but not surprised.
Not gonna be
Jeez.
surprised.
She doesn't deserve this.
Ew.
She does not deserve to be ruined.
I want the chibi videos to come back. At least give us that. Rather than
Honestly, and
bad
that shouldn't be too
design.
hard. It's just animation.
Mm,
Because it's literally just animation.
mm.
'Cause they don't speak.
No one likes.
I think it'd be
Jeremy.
hard at home.
Mm,
I'm just
I'm
still
dumb.
thinking about like the whole movie reboot of 23rd because just with the way things are going with Zag as a company, I wouldn't put it past them to be like our last ditch for relevance after Miraculous and just we're putting out a movie, a reboot. Here we go.
They
It's
said
always
that they
exciting,
were gonna
man.
do a live action movie. That didn't happen. They said that they were gonna want to do an anime OVA. That didn't happen. They said this. That didn't happen. They said that. That didn't happen.
Honestly, the one thing we've gotten is the show. That's it.
We had to
Consist the
wait.
one
The only people I believe at this point is Thomas and Winnie and
Thomas,
whoever
Winnie,
works with
and TF1.
they're literally like, at least they can be honest.
Right?
Mm.
Like, I understand why we had to wait for season 2, but I don't understand why Jeremy kept saying unrealistic dates. Andy, you're frozen again.
Yeah, he's frozen. He's frozen. Frozen in time.
So yeah, back to Jeremy and dates. Like,
What?
Oh, hey.
Okay, that's
That was awkward. Well, at first I thought that Kate was coming to join us, and I was like, heck yeah. Ugh,
I'm not her yet.
I was hoping. I was hoping.
Honestly, if we go on long enough, maybe we can get her in.
I don't know.
The invitation is open.
do you have any other
It's
topics?
8:30 her time, so I mean, I don't know if she's
Yeah.
still working or not.
East
Yeah.
Coast, West Coast.
We're all across the United States. I'm in Oklahoma. It is hot. It is humid. And even the meteorologists were like, it's miserable.
I'm miserable.
Basically,
I'm inside
Atlanta
my
in
house.
July.
It's not supposed to be this hot until July here.
I mean,
It only
yeah.
started warming up at. It only started warming up here where I'm living at like late May. So you know.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks ago.
Usually it's like nice and cool through June. I mean, like,
I
it
wonder
gets
if
warm
people.
in the afternoon, but like today it was just miserable from morning until probably still right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if
would
anyone
want-
wants
I
to
would want
ask any
that.
questions. That would be fun. I want to answer questions.
Yes, please
Tell you what,
ask
let
us
me tweet.
questions. We've been waiting for questions to pop
for
up.
like 50 minutes now. I'm just going to tweet on the account. Let's see if
Alright.
you have a question.
Question mark.
I mean, if anybody asks anything like our favorite characters, I'm pretty sure Serena's is Luca.
And Chloe and
obviously
Kagami.
Alia.
Luca, Chloe,
Luca's
and
number
Kagami.
2, obviously, but she's a Chloe stan from day 1.
I love Luca, Chloe, and Kagami. They're my babies. And
That's a
honestly,
guess.
I mean, I ship Luca and Marinette, but I also kind of like low-key ship Luca and Chloe now. I used to ship Chloe and Nathaniel, but then Mark appeared, and so I'm like,
That's over. It's over.
And so, I'm kind of a low-key Luca and Chloe shipper.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should draw some Luca and Chloe. That'd be fun.
You just want to see the fandom
That would be
burn.
cool.
I just want to see the fandom burn. I love
Think between
love
everything, that's
causing
the moral of the
havoc.
story.
I mean,
I like to cause havoc in this fandom. When I posted the third interview with Winnie, and I had to mute everything in advance.
Jeez.
I had to mute everything in advance. It was, and then, did you see France? France does not care. They literally do not care about writing. They don't care about personal property or anything. That's literally what they're doing. They're throwing everything in the middle of the road and burning it. Every single person I've seen.
I mean, I think French knows a thing or two about revolution. I'll just give it.
Well-
I'll trust him on that one.
They're
a couple things.
They're pretty good at revolution.
someone
America,
asked,
America, learn your.
sorry,
Oh, sorry.
talking
Go
over
ahead.
you. Someone said 7 hours ago, I just want to know what the powers and weapons of the other 6 users are.
Oh,
I assume those are
The other 6 miraculous?
that we
It's
haven't
supposed to
seen
be-
yet?
Yeah. We haven't seen yet, so I don't think we could answer that question.
You can speculate though.
you
I
can
think that's all we can
speculate.
really do. Unless Serena knows some stuff.
Just to make it.
No, I don't.
Oh.
And if I did, I wouldn't tell you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I figured.
I don't even know what the other 6 are at the moment.
Oh, this is where they used to go Google
The
machine.
mouse. That's the only one I can think of. I like the mouse
Wait,
miraculous.
what episode was that?
You.
I'm trying to think of the episode they were revealed in. The other Kwamis.
The Kwamis, it was Newer's birthday. That we all got to see all the Kwamis.
Okay, so there's a pig.
It's supposed to represent the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah. So pig, chicken, monkey. Those.
Oof.
On this way, they could have just used the wiki because the wiki has everything.
Horse. Goat.
Well, we already seen the horse
Yeah.
because we did Max, and then the monkey was
With Kim.
Kim.
and then the snake was with Luca, and then we did the mouse with Marinette, and then the dragon was with both Marinette and Kagami, and then let's see, the bunny that's originally Alex's, so
Yeah,
really
and we did
can't
see
really-
that in the
and that's
chat
time
line.
travel.
I would think that the dog would have something to do with like the sense of smell. To
And
me, that
then,
would make sense.
well, if you look at it, we can look at it and the Chinese mythology and what's behind them. Because let's see, dog Chinese mythology.
Just taking a turn.
So let's see. Is sun turning close? Let's see. Foo dog. Oh. Okay. In ancient China, the dogs was always regarded along utilitarian lines as a worker, not as a companion. Even the dogs were regarded highly not only for their practical uses, but as liminal beings who bridged the span between the realms of the living and the dead. The mortal and the unseen world. Chinese folklore often featured a dog with transformative qualities or one associated with divine. And the dog serves as the 11th sign of the Chinese zodiac. The famous loyalty of the dog is emphasized not only in folk tales and legend, but also in art and protective iconograph. I can't even say that word, so I'm gonna just pretend that I said that. Jade amulets were often carved in the form of the dogs, and dog statuary was placed outside of homes, businesses, and royal residence. The dog was recognized early as a protective force, and this image persists to the present day, even though now they are also valued as pets and members of the family. Let's see. Because usually based on their, like, any mythology or historical related thing, is centered around, each of the powers.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see.
Makes sense.
I guess
Oh, go ahead.
I guess we're on the power, but like I think this is gonna have to be Sabrina, at least initially.
Oh, the dog is supposed to, or those born under the sign of the dog are loyal, hardworking, and born to lead. They can be trusted with secrets but can appear distant. Dogs have a playful character and are not motivated by money. They can have a tendency to find fault and worry over small things.
Well, the Born to Lead kind of eliminates Sabrina, but other than that, that's like Sabrina to a T.
Yeah.
Maybe Dorka?
Do.
I was born under the pig. Because, you know.
I was born under the rat.
Let me see. Let me Google this. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know on top of my head.
We're born under the dragon.
Okay.
2000, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was born under the rat. Do.
Oh, dude, this says that I'm supposed to be a studious and intellectual individual who enjoys setting themselves difficult goals. My life is a difficult goal. Myself up for it.
My
Make
life
the
is
next
a
episode
difficult
difficult
goal
goal.
too.
I'm like one of the unluckiest people.
It's a running
My
bit
life
at this
is-
point.
My life is just difficult.
I feel
I think
that.
it's honestly hilarious how bad she has it.
I feel that. I personally feel that.
All right. Those born under the sign of the rat are inclined to be clever, quick-witted, and hardworking. Yep, that's you, Serena.
Wait, what?
Thrifty,
I wasn't paying attention.
clever, quick-witted, and hardworking.
Clever-headed.
Clever, quick-witted, and hardworking.
You think on your feet.
Yeah,
Oh, I do.
and you work hard.
Apparently you do.
Though thrifty, they can be generous to those they love and can be charming company. Rats should resist the temptation to be quick-tempered and critical.
Ooh.
Well,
I know.
we have failed miserably
Fire
tonight.
Very critical. And then the dragon. Those born under the sign of the dragon are full of intelligence, vitality, enthusiasm. The dragon is revered. I can't pronounce that properly. The dragon is a revered sign that appears confident but can be gentle inside. Dragons are generally popular, although being perfectionists can be too direct or demanding of others.
Wow. That's me. Yeah, to a T. Basically, yes. I expect only the best.
You can imagine being born under the year of the rat and then being born underneath the Taurus sign too.
Gemini is here.
Team
And
Gemini.
Because
Yeah, our birthdays are next week.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by Geminis. It's just
You seriously are.
You poor thing.
the person I personally like as a person. When we won't go
Ooh.
detail.
Personally, like as a person. That's a sentence.
We're just gonna say that. To a T is he's a Gemini. And I have a lot of Gemini surrounding me. The only
Clearly.
Ken's a Virgo, so it's okay. We plus. Virgos get along with Tauruses so well. We're besties to the T.
That explains a lot, honestly. That does explain a lot. How y'all basically like Minute and I are taking on the world.
I take on the world. I make the world burn.
Let's see. Let's check this further. Let's see if there's anything.
Nothing. Nobody wants to ask us any questions. We're
Right?
boring people.
Well, dang.
Guys, we're boring.
We're
Apparently.
boring except when it comes into criticizing the Zai company.
We may need
Make
to
it for
try
very
this
interesting
again and
people.
not. We may need to try this again and not, bash Jeremy.
For half of it. For basically all of it.
Oh dang, there's a lot of Geminis.
Because I mean, the last time we streamed, it was basically the same thing.
I just realized
It basically-
mean.
most of our group chat is Gemini. That's crazy.
You
Who
and
isn't?
Geminis, can you put it?
you. And... Wait, what about
Could you-
Alex?
I don't know when Alex is.
Yeah.
Let me
Like,
check.
I know it's like I think it's in the fall sometime. I want to say.
yeah.
January.
Oh, well, kind of fall.
I think that's Capricorn. I'm not good on my zodiac signs. I just know mine.
I have no idea.
I'm a Taurus.
I just
I'm
know I'm a
literally-
Gemini.
I just know that I'm just very got a temper, strong temper.
I think I fit the description of Gemini, but I don't follow Gemini horoscope like crazy. But
I follow my horoscope once in a while.
I don't
Taurus.
Someone once told me because, oh god, half my life is all about super in depth into the Christianity thing while I'm sitting on the side okay, whatever. But
It's just stuff.
people are telling me, stop posting about horoscopes, and it's I finally got to the point where I'm this is my Facebook. I can do whatever the heck I want. But I got out of it because people were telling me not to. And I'm I don't care.
I don't care what people think that I do. I lost like 3 people unfriended me on Facebook for for me spamming Black Lives Matter. So
Right?
Okay.
Which is weird.
I don't.
I mean, it's not weird. I don't want to say it's weird, but
I have a family that is half of them are white supremacists. It's not weird at all. It's to be expected.
yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I live in a very Republican state. Very,
Mood.
very one of the main schools here is Crimson Red. The other school is orange.
Okay, so
still
I'm looking
red.
I'm looking at my zodiac thing. So people born on April 27th possesses a determined and practical approach to life. They are also very cautious in whatever they do. Just like a true Taurus, they are in a permanent need for stability. They are those people who know how to play their stubbornness in achieving their goals. They like spending time for self-improvement and delighting with a movie or an interesting book. They avoid monotone activities and hate being hurried by anyone. Those born under this sign feel best when surrounded by important people of high society. Positive trait. These natives have a loyal and down-to-earth attitude in regards to most life matters, and they try to show themselves as dependable and trustworthy individuals. Therefore, you can be sure that when they promise something, they are going to go at great lengths to respect it. They are affectionate and warm, but also hardworking, and they seem to know when to combine the two attitudes. Now my negative traits, guys.
Ooh.
These individuals need to understand that they can't go about with this narrow vision they display over life at times, and that they should adapt without turning into easily offended people or without being overly possessive. They can be they can be extremely greedy and selfish, especially when those close to them indulge such behaviors, and they don't really see when a line has been crossed. They need to avoid dwelling in the past and adding frustration.
What website are you on?
I'm on the
Okay.
What? I looked it up by my birth month, my
Yeah.
birthday too.
As a
Okay.
Gemini born on June 13th, you get on board easily with new endeavors and prefer movement to stagnation. No matter how comfortable the latter might be, that was a weird sentence, sorry. You are communicative and often wait for the right time to approach certain topics. Emotions may sometimes come in the way, but this only contributes to your charming personality. Prepare to read a detailed personality below. Oh dear. Okay, so Gemini is obviously the twins.
Yes.
For those that know Zodiac, if you don't, Gemini are the twins. It means you have two faces, so you have two different personalities, and you can switch between the two very easily.
We're bipolar, basically.
Yeah.
We're bipolar without being bipolar.
This says that the opposite sign is Sagittarius. I'm on the horoscope.co, so I don't know what it means. Lucky day, Wednesday. That's weird.
Wait. So with mine right here, my lucky color, the lucky color for Taurus zodiac is green. The natives in Taurus need to surround themselves with vibrant but earthly colors. They need an environment to both stimulate and relax them, and the serene green is the best choice. Other hues that appeal to people born on April 27 are pink, yellow, and most earth tones.
She was born to like Holy.
And see, I'm a pink person. I like pink.
Here's more information. So people born on June 13th are rapid and inquisitive learners and try to discover as much of the world as possible. They're getting bored easily. Yep. So this has transformed them into self-made entertainers. And they seem to use this attractiveness to keep themselves and those around them in a good mood. They're great storytellers, but sometimes they have a tendency to fix things a bit and try to convince others to adopt their own beliefs. If I've ever told you anything about my dreams, Andy and Brandy.
You have, yeah.
I mean, I don't make things up to go with it, but pretty good at entertaining. Although they seem so lightheaded and distracted, they can be quite unfailing when they agree to something for sure. Positive traits. Rapid to catch up new things. Polite and great with words is exactly how these people are. Gemini people are usually spontaneous, always brewing a new idea and looking forward to doing it. They can be warm-hearted and charitable to the peers when they feel that their emotional needs are met. Those born under the sign are also convivial. I've never heard that word before. And is a continuous search to widen their horizons. Negative traits. These are hesitant and easily distracted natives who should learn to control their temper more. They can be highly uncertain and capricious. I can't pronounce that. And this usually destroys their long-term relations. People might be enticed by their lack of patience at first, but then it gets on everyone's nerves when they begin not respecting their pacts. They're rapid to lose their temper just for the sake of the controversy. Oh my god. Okay.
I just want to see what happens.
Man, I'm gonna have to read all of my stuff information.
Oh my god. The lucky color for those born under the June 13th is yellow. I can't tell you how weird that is. My mom was a really good artist. I did not get any of that from her.
Dang.
And she did not like the color yellow. But I think this was before she got pregnant with me, she like painted this portrait thing. I don't have it in my room and I should, but it's not portrait. It's a picture of yellow like flowers, and it's just like the whole thing is yellow. And at one point we painted my room yellow and gold. Like the walls were yellow and then there was a gold trim. Like yellow has defined my life. That's the craziest thing.
Oh, I found another thing on my website another website about my birthday and my zodiac. It says, hold, stupid ad. Dang it. You are a problem solver. People approach you when they have personal challenges. They understand that your practical approach to problem solving is the best. You spend the least possible time working your way through challenges. People value your advice when it comes to emotional challenges. You see, you are perceptive and you make others feel comfortable with their own personalities. You were born under the Taurus zodiac sign. Your astrological symbol is bull. This symbol represents all those born between April 20th and May 19th. It enhances your strength, stamina, and consistencies. The planet Venus plays an important role in your life. It is responsible for your enthusiasm, confidence, and friendliness. Earth is your cardinal governing element. It collaborates close with air, fire, and water to enhance your artistic side. As such, you are always looking into ways of adding to the aesthetic value of your environment. This is a long thing. What's this? Love and compatibility. Well, we're not going in there.
No.
You want to hear yours?
What are the person traits? What are the traits of a person born on April 27th? April 27th zodiac people have a very pragmatic approach to life. You are determined to solve the problems that bedevil. I don't know that your society. Also, you are quite cautious. You think long and hard before you take a step. This saves you from the inconvenience of having to correct your mistakes. You spend much time looking into ways of self-improvement. You're to be found buried in books or researching on the internet in your spare time. That is so true. This has given you an advantage over other people. You come across as one of the most knowledgeable people in any setup. Your down-to-earth attitude is a magnet for many people. As such, you have many open and secret admirers. I don't know about that, but okay. You can use this to create I don't know. Create a positive impact in your community. Use your influence to popularize your transformative agenda. People treasure your loyalty. They know that you are always ready to protect their reputation. Also, they appreciate the fact that you always keep your promises. However, you have a few flaws that you need to work on. These weaknesses are preventing you from reaching your true potential. Oh, thanks. For example, you have a narrow vision in most matters of life. As such, you do not like changes. That's true. You like working with a preset program. When changes do occur, you get lost and you do not deliver on expectations. Also, people perceive you as selfish. This arises from the fact that you like accumulating material things. This is not good for team spirits. Remember, if you want to walk far, you have to walk with others. All in all, we understand that you are not perfect. No one is. Live one day at a time. Change the things that you can and accept the ones that you cannot. Ha! I see. Do you agree with any of that? I don't know.
I don't like change.
Oh, there's more. Wait, what? There's more?
What website are you on now?
Common characteristics of people born. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to read this real quick. The planet Venus plays a critical role in this decan. As such, you exude the stronger characteristics of Taurus. For example, you are dependable, charming, caring, and quite emotional. Y'all, this is a call-out post here. However, you need to do something about your deep-seated insecurities. Although you did not get a chance to develop emotional maturity fully, it is not too late to rectify. That's what it is. You have a lot of untapped energy. Harness this and turn into something supremely positive.
The
Your
pros of
birthday-
this is like I'm gonna call them out.
Your
completely.
birthday is synonymous with such outstanding qualities as responsibility, generosity, independence, and perseverance. Use these to advance your humanitarian causes. That's what I was trying to go with.
We'll get there eventually.
Apparently, I can be a good supervisor. This says.
Ooh.
I
I mean, you supervise us, kind of, technically.
kind of. Kind of.
Serena, what website are you on?
I'm on the secretofthetarot.com.
Okay.
We've gone way too deep.
Those born on June 13th take to change quite easily. I do not. You readily accept new challenges. No. In fact, there's nothing that provides you with more motivation than entering uncharted territory.
Well,
Call Raven.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
You are a very good communicator.
Yes.
Ish.
This means that you have to be with most people as they can understand what you exactly. That sentence says this means that you have your way with most people as they can. Oh, okay, I read it wrong. As they can understand what it says, as they can understand what you exactly. That's okay.
Oh, geez.
However, you tend to be emotional. Yeah. This at times interferes with what you set out to do. Here's your complete horoscope profile.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Your zodiac sign is Gemini, which is the twins. This symbol represents people born between May 21st and June 20th. It empowers you to display such qualities as friendliness, empathy, and cooperation. I can't say that I get along with most people, even people I don't like, get along with them. The planet Mercury plays a very important role in your life. This celestial body is responsible for your brilliance, joyfulness, and aspiration. Your chief ruling element is air. I don't believe that, though, because I prefer water. Like, put me in a pool and I'm happy. This element collaborates closely with earth, fire, and water to give your life its complete meaning. Okay, I do like fire and water together.
Like, I like characters that are water related, but but also the fact is that I can pretty much admit that I am an earth element because of how much I would love to be camping. I want to be out and outdoors. I like hiking. I would love to start like cliff climbing and do all those fun stuff.
See, I don't like that. I want to be at the beach. I want to be in a hot tub or a pool, just something with water. Or even if I can just sit in a shower for 3 hours, I would be happy.
Is this Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
You're supposed.
I would be a waterbender.
You know, I did this thing where I posted what character I act most about.
That has to be a BuzzFeed quiz, like what hours I could to you on.
Yes.
Well, I didn't do the BuzzFeed thing, but I asked people on my all my
Twitter.
social medias, and almost everybody has told me that I am Toph.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my traits. June 13th, Zodiac people are naturally inquisitive. You do not rest until you understand what is going on around your world. I do not rest in general. Let's just be honest. You're very keen on details. You dislike boring environments. In a bid to create some life, you turn into a self-appointed entertainer. This works well in lifting the moods of those around you. As such, it has earned you a lot of popularity. Being an avid learner, you are quick to understand what goes on in your environment. The community can benefit from this trait. In fact, you are usually the first person to point out when things are not going right. However, you have a couple of flaws that you need to work on. Well, dang.
You need to fix yourself.
You need to attend them as a matter of urgency. For example, you lose your temper quite easily. Considering the goals you have set for yourself, this may work against you. Also, you often fail to keep your promises. This may make alienate those that are important to you. I don't think I break promises. Actually, I think even if I'm really sick, like barely can get out of bed type of sick, I will still complete my promises.
I mean, part of that for me is just being too scared of conversations to say I can't do it.
Did you know that a Taurus and a Gemini are not compatible when it comes to dating?
Oh my
Good
god.
to know.
Uh,
Good to know we're just friends.
Gemini and Pisces also are not compatible.
Well, it always gets to me because of the fact that the person I like is a Gemini.
Ooh.
That's
Maybe it's a sign.
really hard.
Shut up! No.
I shared a birthday with a Roman emperor named Charles the Bald.
Charles the Ball. What?
The Bald.
They did them dirty. They did them dirty.
They're like you don't have hair, so
That sounds cool.
My Taurus weekly horoscope. Should I look that up? I'm doing that now.
okay.
Okay.
This app says that this website says that the planet Uranus plays a vital role, which is funny because the last one said Mercury. So that's interesting. Your great sense of calm dominates everything else. You remain calm, even in the most tumultuous moments. I do not stay calm. You should have seen me when someone passed out in the ER. I was like, the guy, nurse, the nurse.
He's dying.
Oh, I'm gonna look at my career. My career
This is
as
so
a
hard. How do you pick
June
a favorite
Taurus
franchise?
career. Oh God, I'm kind of scared to read my June Taurus career thing.
This says that the careers of Gemini are pretty much suitable for any field and that we move from job to job.
Oh, that's so me right there. Except I'm not a
You can
Do
Gemini.
anything.
The losing motivation in your job does not mean that you have to quit, but
I
the
lose
last
so much
website
motivation.
said that we do. So
I lose so much motivation. It's not even funny. Oh, let me see. Okay, I gotta read this real quick. I want to see what my June career horoscope is. I'm kind of scared.
oh my god, this says your lucky numbers are 1, 13, 23, 32, 44, 54, and 66.
This is really good to know.
Remember that time that I got something at my student store for $6.66? Happened twice. I lost another.
My lucky number has gotta be I'm just gonna guess this, but it's gotta be 69. I'm kidding.
Okay, and the scream. We're done.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna read my June career thing. Are two heads better than one, or is the solo route the fastest way to the top? June has you contemplating both scenarios. Pioneering Uranus is blazing an independent trail through Taurus until 2026, and you don't want to be slowed down by other people's opinions and inputs. But on June 5th, a Sagittarius lunar full moon eclipse in your 8th house of joint ventures could bring a collaboration opportunity that's just too good and oh God, I'm kind of scared there because I'm like literally dropping my Inuyasha pins on the 5th. To refuse. This groundbreaking eclipse may attract a large lump of sum, or it could push you to reorganize your finances, debt, loans, investments, especially if an expense comes due. The second half of the month pumps the brakes a bit as Mercury, planet of communication, technology, and travel, turns retrograde, aka backwards, in Cancer in your kindred spirit zone. Back up all your important files and devices and be extremely discerning about sharing your ideas with people. Oh God, I'm kind of scared. Strengthen passwords and keep proprietary concepts under wraps. Let someone claim your brilliance as their own. With Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn retrograde in the most ambitious zone of your chart until fall, it might be best to work out your plans behind the scenes for now. Save your grand unveiling until late 2020 or even early 2021. On January 6th, go-getters, Mars will blaze into your sign, handling you in the mic. You'll be far better positioned to make an impact then. I'm kind of scared, guys.
Okay, so this says temperatures and emotions rise on June 5th. Not like that's tomorrow or anything. As the moon waxes full in Sagittarius during a lunar eclipse. We'll feel the effects intensely, and our needs and desires will be revealed, making it a good time to reprioritize our responsibilities. Andy, that means you need to watch more movies.
Oh,
That's
I'm
my only responsibility in life. It's true.
This transit is opposed by charming Venus in retrograde and forms a square against warrior Mars. We'll need to practice patience with loved ones. On June 18th, Mercury begins his second retrograde of the year in Cancer, calling us to slow down until he moves direct again on July 12th. We're encouraged to be more careful with our words and place more value on rest. The messenger's path is a positive one as he's influenced by Sirius, a star representing status, luck, fortune, and fame. It's a good time to create a new routine that supports our minds and ambitions. We're able to get more comfortable at home starting June 20th as the sun illuminates the water sign of Cancer. By protecting ourselves in our safe space, we can nurture our creative side and blossom. I am not creative.
I'll take it. I'll be the creative twin in this group.
I'm kind of scared about all of this, man. We have 0 viewers right now. We're so boring. Nobody's asked any questions. It's been like almost 40 minutes. We're nobody.
10,000 followers and nobody.
We're having fun though.
Yes.
That's what matters.
They're gonna watch this later and they're gonna be like, oh my god.
What is this? This is
the first hour was all about Jeremy. The next 30 minutes is about the
Zodiac.
Who knows? Who knows?
We have nothing better to do, okay?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We kind of hit 10,000 in a weird spot.
Yeah, there's no news. There's no show right now.
Well, if you look at you know what's funny? Trump wanted to build that wall, and he's building that wall around the freaking White House. Well, he got his wall, guys.
Technically, yes.
He got his wall.
I don't know if it's as wide as he wanted, though.
I know. It's not as tall as the wide and tall.
Or as sturdy, for that matter.
He's gonna just complain about everything. Oh, key dates. What? Network is the key. What? I'm kind of scared about my June and stuff. What should I'm kind of concerned about my life. Monthly overview. Oh, maybe it's an overview. That's what it is.
Yeah.
June 2020 Taurus overview horoscope. You may be a self-sufficient bull, but as your fellow Taurus, Barba, I don't know who this person is, crooned. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. Crap, the ad came. I hate ads so much. It kicked me out.
Dang.
Okay. In the world. And this month the star lines up to remind you of that. With a pair of game-changing eclipses in the people-centric zones of your chart, the relationships could undergo changes or progress to new levels of communication and connections. Stop it. Stop. This is all happening against the backdrop of Gemini season as the sun moves through your productive and stabilizing second house until June 20th. Now that your birthday has passed, you're ready to put new ideas into action. We understand there are limitations from the pandemic, but since many freaking
You understand the limitations.
limitations. We understand there are limitations from the pandemic, but since many bulls are happiest at home, there's no reason you can't come up with a brilliant plan while basking in your lair with iconic plastic Uranus blazing through your sign
In your
all
lair.
year and beyond. The flashes of genius and inspiration could come at lightning speed now. If you're figuring out your finances, be open to creative solutions. That's what I'm actually doing right now. That's kind of scary. This is an industrious and hardworking cycle, so roll up your sleeves and start building. Let's circle back to those two eclipses. The solar and lunar events arrive 4 to 6 times a year, shaking up business as usual and sometimes rocketing us onto a whole new path. Eclipses are unpredictable and they can bring changes out of left field. But they also push us off the fence if we've been wishy-washy. On June 5th, a lunar eclipse lands in Sagittarius, sending waves through your 8th house of merging intimacy and long-term finances. Lunar eclipse can bring dramatic turning points or endings. Has a relationship run its course, or on the flip side, are you ready to make things permanent? You could find yourself engaged or splitting up in the blink of an eye. A joint venture, real estate matter, or money-making opportunity could come together fast. Oh my god, this is scary. Wow, you didn't see that coming. Emotional bonds can deepen and a strong... We'll not say that word.
Ooh.
Anyway, a lunar eclipse can force your hand. You're either in or you're out, but equivocating won't do the trick. There's more. I need my glasses again. I threw them.
What website are you on?
The astrostyle.com. This is very first eclipse in the series that will cut across the Gemini-Sagittarius axis between now and December 3rd, 2021. Get ready for a financial revolution. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Over the next year and a half, these eclipses will ripple through your houses of money, security, intimacy. Not only could you discover a deeper sense of self-confidence, but you might just find yourself in a completely new line of work and earning potential. Oh my god, I'm kind of scared. Is it time to switch from being income dependent to owning assets, investing, or creating passive revenue sources? All of that could appeal to your savvy Taurus brain now. On June 18th, a cluster of cosmic commotion in Cancer in your 3rd house of communication begins to ignite your social life. I'm kind of worried because that's my next foot appointment too. Your focus shifts to clarifying your message, developing ideas, and linking up with kindred spirits. After the June 5th eclipse in your zone of joint ventures, you and a collaborator could land on a lucrative idea. If it involves transportation, media, or educational material, all the better. This talkative trend starts when Mercury, the planet of informational technology and travel, turns retrograde in Cancer on June 18th through July 12th. This is a lot of reading, okay? Granted, most people don't consider Mercury retrograde a time to look forward to, and indeed there can be plenty of mishaps. Electronics break down, plans get canceled, and people wildly misunderstand each other. With Mercury retrograde in your zone of both media and local affairs, there could be issues with neighbors and friends, from text spats to turf wars, which can be exasperated by the erratic eclipse energy. But there's also plenty of goodness ahead, Bull. For starters, you'll be an idea machine in the second half of June. Since retrograde will the best, a few novel concepts might be pulled straight off a back burner. Oh, okay. Consider dusting off an abandoned project and seeing if there's still potential. The timing could be right. You might hear from old colleagues or settle a disagreement with a sibling or a relative that's been dogging you for a while. Oh my god, it's kind of scary because I'm kind of concerned about that.
This says I may leave my job. Or I'm going to sign on a dotted line, and signing the dotted line makes no sense for a career in hospitals.
Oh, mine is basically talking about me going off another job and going into my creative route.
I mean, that makes sense for you. I don't want to leave my job. As much as I complain about it, I do love my job.
I kind of need to like
being yelled at by people for no reason, because I get yelled at for not being fast enough on getting patients from check-in to check-out, and it's like, my job is to check you in. That's it. Don't yell at me because the nurse hasn't checked you back yet or taken you back.
It's not my fault.
That's kind of scary because what's your opinion on what I just said on some things? I didn't read all of it, but still. Wow, it's kind of scary because like it's so accurate too.
You're you're super artistic, so it makes sense if you're to leave your job and do, more artistic things. So I think it makes sense for you
to like leave my job and do artistic things. I'm scared.
I don't know how.
Well, I mean,
it's scary.
I don't know if
risky, but
yeah.
I'm sending this to Ken. What?
This tells me to lose my job. Walk away.
I'm trying to read
the app told me to quit.
I mean, mine says that either I'm going to like sign on the dotted line or turn away completely, and it's like
signing on the dotted line could be anything, though.
Even if you community has lifted requirements, you might still want to wear a mask and hang out. We're not trying to provoke fear here, Taurus, but you. Yeah, I kind of have fear on germs, so that makes sense. On June 20th, the sun moves into Cancer for a month, and life starts to percolate. I don't know what that means. I don't feel like
like sort of bubble up.
Oh, bubble up. And June 21st
like
brings the Cancer solar new moon eclipse, a day that could completely change your mindset and perspective. Out of the blue, you could have an aha moment as the pieces come together and you figure out how to implement your big picture vision. This is the grand solar eclipse finale of a Cancer Capricorn eclipse series that's been activating your communication axis since July 2018, radically changing the way you speak, think, and express yourself. These eclipses have touched your local and long distance zones and may have included travel, relocation, or settling into a new neighborhood. This concluding eclipse could find you pondering a new place to call home or assessing your social circle with more discerning eyes. You may decide to finally commit to one specific project. In 2020, there's also a rare double header of a new moon's in Cancer. The next one on July 20th won't be an eclipse, but it will bring together any missing puzzle pieces that are getting triggered by June's lunation. Start mapping out your vision and get ready for another wave of action to kick off in July. I'm like, sorry if I'm reading all of this. Are certain members of Team Taurus bringing you down? You might volunteer to socially distance yourself from a few energy vampires once foggy Neptune starts its annual 5-month retrograde on June 22nd until the 28th of November. While Neptune's back spins through Pisces in your 11th house of groups and technology, be extra mindful about who gets your time and attention now, and cut the distractions wherever you can. Got a case of Zoom fatigue? from all of those on-screen meetings. Take a break from the FaceTime frenzy and get out in the nature. Okay.
But it's hot and miserable.
This is true.
Ugh.
And when a pandemic.
Right. You walk outside and you're just like, did I seriously just walk into sludge?
Just
I
like-
slugs everywhere.
Where I have fans and an air conditioner right above my head
Fans.
on my bed.
That's nice.
Well,
can
it doesn't
relate.
point towards my head, but don't worry. When I'm sitting at my computer like I am right now, I'm generally freezing because it comes directly at me.
Mhm.
But still, it's a lot nicer inside than it is outside in the gross mugginess.
Yeah.
Meteorologists are like, this isn't supposed to happen right now. But
Too soon. Too soon.
Too
bring
soon.
the
Too soon.
snow. We didn't get enough snow this year.
We didn't get any snow this year. So,
We
like
got plenty of
one.
snow.
Actually, I don't know if
Well,
it's snowed in between January now. I know we had some snow back in December.
Actually, that's not true. We got snow. That's not true. I take that back. We did get snow.
Here's
We
my
got like
I want snow. I don't want ice. We once had an ice storm and trees
yes,
falling.
yes.
The whole entire state was frozen. We didn't have any electricity from Sunday through Thursday, and then the electricity came on, and we found out that we had school, and we're like, we're not going to school.
So we need to understand this. But like in the South, snow when they say snow, they mean ice.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
Here we had snow and both snow and ice, or snow that would start melting and then freeze over and turn into ice.
Mhm.
But like that snowstorm of I think 2007, man, my sister was like, I think I should move my car, and like an hour later, half a tree fell off right where her car was. It was like,
Dang.
good job, good job.
That's really good luck. Yeah,
She
really
dropped
good luck.
She dropped her license on the street and it froze over and she couldn't find her license. She was freaking out. And then everything finally started melting and like you look down and there's her license.
There it is.
So she
Look at
hammered
that.
through some ice to get her license back.
Dang.
Dude, when it's $40 for a new license, it's
No, yeah. Do it.
it's completely worth taking a hammer and a chisel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 2007 was just a nightmare. You would walk outside and the only thing you could hear is the crackling of the
Ice.
trees falling because of
Ah.
how heavy the ice was.
Yeah.
And with no electricity, we were all huddled up in the living room with the fireplace going. We survived on graham crackers
Dang.
and soda. Oh my god, we were so
Soda.
bad. But yeah, most of our food is graham crackers. But what's funny is it didn't hit me until like 3 or 4 years later that like we should have cooked up all of our meat in our grill in the backyard. I was like,
Why did we think of that? We're gonna eat well.
oh dang. And we also stayed warm. Like, oh man. You don't think about those things though until they happen.
Yeah.
Oof.
At one point we went next door to my neighbor's house because she had a gas stove
Mm-hmm.
and we made some mac and cheese. Good time.
Mac and cheese.
I
Good
think I was like
times.
12. I was in middle school for sure when that happened.
Mm.
My sister taught us a game called Spoons. I don't really remember it all that much now, but I remember how much fun it was. I think that's probably where I began my card game obsession. No one plays cards. So, like when people offer to play cards with me, I'm like, I am down.
Yes.
do
Me.
No one plays board games at my house. Like they'll play D&D, but that's not fully a
that's technically not a board game. It's like a mix between a
I mean-
board game and a card game sort of thing, and like not even
We have the board to draw,
yeah.
but there's that. My brothers play Magic, but I never got into like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, or Magic because my brain just can't.
It's a lot.
Let's try to imagine this situation of can Pikachu defeat Rattata? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you can't see that by playing cards. Like, I would rather watch.
You're
By the
supposed
way,
to say
I
how you have
literally
that
just threw
too.
out random names. I know Pikachu can beat Rattata. It's called Pikachu. And
Yeah.
Pikachu, I choose you. Use Thunderbolt, Pikachu.
Pikachu, just do whatever the heck you want. You're gonna beat him no matter what. But like my point is, I just can't visualize it unless it's animated on my TV. But I like playing games like poker. I don't know how to play poker, but I played it.
I like trying.
Yeah,
I like playing blackjack.
Pikachu.
You can't
I like
tell me this
playing
man won't win.
Did you know that they found like a new animal that kind of looks like Pikachu?
Pokemon exists. It's official. Let's go.
Give me my pocket monster.
My favorite game is ERS, which is the Egyptian Rat Slap. And honestly, that game could go on forever, especially if you have 2 decks and 2 people.
Mhm.
Actually, 3 people, because the third person can like go into the game and then get out of the game, then go back into the game. It's an amazing game. I love it. A random person, if they know how to play the game, can like walk up and get into the game. You just got to be fast. I'm not that fast, but I also know how to play. And I'm really good at it. So
I was like obsessed with Pokemon as a kid, but then I was also bullied as a kid, so
I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon.
I wasn't
But-
allowed to watch Ed, Ed and Eddie.
I wasn't allowed to watch
Understandably.
I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon, but my mom would let me watch Yu-Gi-Oh, which I thought was hilarious because Yu-Gi-Oh is more of a
They're
dark
basically the same
show.
thing.
But
Yuki,
no, Yu-Gi-Oh is a darker show. Like
Yes. No, I
everything else
agree.
is
Yeah.
dark. While Pokemon's like, yay! Even if we lose, we're still having fun.
We're best friends.
it's okay. It's okay. Ash Ketchum has been 12 since I've been a baby.
Forever.
Right?
He's been 12 forever.
But it's just like, why was I not allowed to watch Pokemon? And I love Pokemon. I really love the first 3 companions. Well, not 3 companions, but like
Jesus.
I think I need to clean my laptop.
Oh, you just mean, okay. You mean like the
Misty, May,
Brock.
and Dawn.
Oh,
Well,
never mind.
Brock was with all 3 of those.
Okay.
But
Okay.
then
Yeah.
after Dawn left, that's when Brock officially left, and I was like, nope, can't do it. Not doing it.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Bye, Pokemon.
I can handle a new girl companion.
I didn't
But
like
then
the
you say
change.
Brock.
I didn't like the change of Ash's voice. That's what made me not want to continue Pokemon. Was because of Ash's voice. It was because you stick with a voice for so long,
Mm.
and then
You can't hear
And
anyone
then
else
they-
as that voice.
I don't like the new animation because, like, I'll see it on Disney XD in the commercials and stuff, and I just don't like it. It doesn't look like Ash. Like, I don't care. Change his outfit, but like changing his face in the way
I
that
like the new animation. It's kind of nice.
I'm not a fan of it. I like the older one, but I mean, I'm good with like reliving the older movies. I like the Latios and Latios movie,
Mm.
and I like Destiny Deoxys. I like a lot of the old movies. Hold on.
Just glad
They-
they all come to Netflix. So we can.
Everybody wants to
binge them
be
all.
a master. Everybody has no skills. Everybody wants to top of the hill. I know all sorts of stuff. Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon. Let's do it. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever knows, never knows, ever knows. Oh.
Okay, that's weird. I don't know where the DVD went. I had the DVD.
Do 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 do.
It's like copyrighted, but I have that song.
Oh gosh, let's not play it.
Do 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 do
I have
do
the
do.
Johto and the Pokemon theme song.
Going to be a winner, Johto. Going to be a champion.
You're doing so
Gonna
well.
be a winner. You're very best. Harold,
Is that
don't do
Pokemon?
it. We're
It's like, yeah, we're gonna watch it. I miss the old Cartoon Network, like Teen Titans, Pokemon,
Ooh.
Lyoko.
Cartoon Network was stacked. Conan Kids Next Door.
and then they hired a new person. No, not a.
Billy and Mandy. The Grim Adventures
Yes.
of Mandy.
Chowder.
I know, Chowder.
Then
What?
Cartoon Network's got a new owner, and then everything changed when the Fire Nation
I think
attacked.
it's the same owner.
Powerpuff Girls.
No, it's not. It's the new owner.
Dude, the new Powerpuff Girls, if they had brought back the old VAs, I
They
would.
didn't they? No, well, no, take it back. They didn't. Never mind.
Teen Titans
With
brought back the old VAs, and I
For the
mean,
new style.
yeah, but they brought back the same VAs, so it's the
Yes.
same voice actors.
Yes.
Well, if you look at it, like at the new Powerpuff Girls, one of the artists or whatever has like this crazy obsession over Blossom, and so he literally drew himself into an episode, and it was kind of freaking creepy. Yes,
no. Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny Bravo.
Ooh.
Johnny,
Oh, and Samurai Jack. I never understood the storyline, but
Cow and Chicken.
yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh, Cat Dog. Okay.
Yes.
Crazy thing about
That's
Cat Dog.
I thought
Nickelodeon.
no. Cat Dog came from
Cat Dog's
Nickelodeon.
Nick.
Okay,
Cat
so
Dog is Nick.
Yes.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I have a story. So because I watched Cat Dog a lot growing up, apparently I didn't know which channel it came on.
Yeah.
When I would eat animal crackers and I got like the cat one, I always thought that the tail was a dog. So I was like, oh my god, it's Cat Dog!
Oh.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah.
Yep.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Camp Lazlo.
Yes.
mm,
Don't even know the Camp Laszlo.
I watched Camp Lazlo. I'm just not that big on it. I'm sorry.
I like Johnny Test. I think it's
Um,
Johnny Test.
I didn't-
16. Okay, have y'all watched Total Drama?
Ben 10.
Total Drama
Yeah.
Island.
I
Okay.
watched only like the first
Six
season.
different
Voice
reboots.
actors from Total Drama were on the show 16, and I love
Uh-huh.
the show 16. But for some reason, and this isn't even like a Mandela effect, it came on and then it stopped for several years, and then it came back. So like when I was watching, I was like, dude, I haven't seen that show in years.
Oops.
I would have thought it was a Mandela effect. But no, like, I guess it was a Canadian show, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Canadian.
It, like, ran their series out over there, and then they attempted it here, but it didn't work out the first time. Then they tried it again. Yeah, that show.
It's on Prime Video.
I love it. Wait, it's on Pluto?
Prime Video, apparently, on Amazon.
Oh my god, I need my brother to sign me up for that. 'Cause, yeah.
If
Andy, put that on our list.
It's already there.
Underline.
It's only season 1.
That's fine. Better than iTunes.
Code
True.
Lyoko's on Prime Videos.
Kim Cartoon will have all of it.
Code Lyoko
Gotcha.
has all
What?
of Prime Video.
I love Code Lyoko.
It's on there. I binged it. I binged it on Prime.
And it's
I have watched season 2 and season 3 on iTunes, but I own season 1 on DVD, but they're all scratched up now. So when I went back to try to buy the first season,
Of course.
it's not on iTunes anymore, and I cried.
Wait, what are we talking about? Kolyoko stuff?
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
they have.
episode with the teddy bear.
That was the first episode.
dang.
Yeah, I loved it. The giant teddy bear destroying
My favorite episodes had to do something with William. I was big on William. I'm sorry. I was a William nerd. You can obviously tell the taste of men I like.
Let me see. My favorite episode has to be the one where they find out about Sector 5 because Ilea was not fitting in well with the school, and so she ran away, and then she magically ended up in Sector 5. And then they had to come and save her. And then and then my other favorite episode is when she got mad at Jeremy, and then she and Odd went to Sector 5 to get more information about Aileda's dad. And Jeremy, instead of being like, well, he was mad at first, but then he was like, oh my God, you guys are amazing. I could kiss both of you. And I'm like, I love this. And also, you need to kiss Aileta. Y'all are definitely a couple. We're a couple made in heaven. They really were. Oh, and I also like the episode where Ulrich and Odd are affected by Xana to where in the real world they thought they were in Code Lyoko, and then whenever they were in Code Lyoko, they thought they were in the real world. Crazy.
Oh, that's terrible.
And actually, there's a lot of episodes I really like. I also like the one where the nurse calls Odd scrawny and then he gets Jeremified. Not my words, their words. And then when Odd and Yumi switch bodies, the episode with the laughing gas, that was funny, but also like sad. And then whenever I actually had laughing gas, I thought I was going to be laughing hysterically until I died. I did not. I just went into this like very peaceful Zen mode.
Yeah.
For the one time that I had like too much and it felt like I got punched in the brain. Don't do drugs, guys. Even if it's gas, put on your face.
Oh. I'm sorry, I'm watching this video and this is terrible. This old gentleman came up to the cops and them walking up, and he didn't even touch them or anything, and they literally like pushed him hard on the ground.
Jeez.
Dude was bleeding. This guy looked like he was about in his 80s too, so I'm pretty sure they just killed him. Holy crap. He didn't even do anything. He just went up to them.
For walking up?
Yeah.
I saw a video where they just immediately pushed someone down that had a cane.
That was in Salt Lake.
Seriously?
That was in Salt Lake.
Ooh.
And this guy is just an older person, and now they're like one of the protesters was trying to go and check up on them, and they like literally cuffed him. So they were preventing them from. I know, it's so bad. That's so bad. That makes me so uncomfortable.
How do you? I don't know how you treat someone like that. It's just a human being.
We're taught from a young age to like respect our elders.
Here, I'm gonna send this to the group chat. This is terrifying.
Please do.
Like.
Okay, like some I want to watch it and some I don't.
Yeah, but I say I don't know if I want to watch it, but you know.
Oh, you follow Kendall Ray too?
What?
You follow
What?
Kendall Ray too?
No, it's just that her thing showed up from somebody I think that I follow.
Oh,
Shared it.
I love Kendall Ray. She does a lot of true crime, paranormal, alien.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's just been going around. Yeah,
Oh man.
it's awful. I
Yeah.
would show it on stream, but I mean, it's gruesome.
That's terrible. I'm kind of sad. And then there's some guy that was trying to go up there and help him, and they freaking cuff him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not right. This is like police brutality. And people, I'm gonna say it, my brother literally puts a whole thing where on his Facebook with the whole not all police are bad people, and kind of more on the police side than even Black Lives Matter. And so it's kind of uncomfortable when I have to see that.
Mm.
I literally had to like unfollow him on Facebook just to like not see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my brother. Don't get me wrong, but how he
politically
views
don't agree
things,
with him.
I politically don't. Like, we were raised under the same roof, and it's kind of bad because he wants to become a cop, and I'm just saying it's not a good thing for him.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say too much, but it's just right now it's just a crazy time.
Mm-hmm. And then I have family that's out there protesting, like my stepbrother's out there protesting, and my cousins are out there protesting, and I have family who's protesting. But as much as I want to go out there and protest, I can't physically and financially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see why I spammed the hell out of my Twitter account. You see how I...
it's the one voice you kind of have. That's public.
Literally. It is hard.
Puppy.
The floof of a puppers.
She can save the world. Just let everyone look at her.
We've been streaming for like 2 hours and nobody's coming back in. Nobody's coming back for us.
I mean, we've kind of...
Look at the world. That's not the world. Look at the world. No, I'm not the world.
You're her world. Oh, there we go.
I hope the old man is okay, though. That video kind of concerns me because...
Yeah.
I'm sure someone got him medical help.
Hopefully.
It just makes me uncomfortable just seeing that they would do that to an elderly person.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw yesterday there was a video about this guy who was butt naked in Bronx, by the way. This is in Bronx. Who prevented people from looting a store by running at them naked. Like
that's one way to do it. That is one way to do it. And
people had a hard time grabbing him and stuff was because he was naked, and 2, he was sweaty, and in the video you could see it. You could see all of it. All the junk.
most noble thing someone could do, or the worst thing someone could ever do. I don't know which one it is.
I mean,
on one hand, good to prevent looting, but on the other hand, it's like you are butt naked.
Yeah.
But naked, yeah. Ah.
America.
Yeah. Crazy world. My dad
Oh.
was being bossy again. Not the one that was the other one.
So the guy who maced that 10-year-old, his name's out and about.
That's good.
And then they're trying to like
10-year-old.
get it removed too. Why are
The name.
police? His name is Jared Campbell. His badge number is 8470.
They released that.
Spread this information, guys, if you watch this video.
We split it out to all one person watching.
That's me.
So nobody it hasn't left this chat.
Someone will watch later. I know
No,
someone
yeah,
will
definitely.
for specific reasons. So
I retweeted it too, so
Okay. It's,
You know.
it's out there.
it's out there, y'all. What is this? Police.
I'm just like super happy right now that Jake.
You know what?
Yes, Jake.
What?
You
Oh, Jake
They
Paul was
just-
arrested.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's people. Police shot up a gay bar because they were sheltering protesters and giving them water. It's been the same thing too, where people were protecting protesters and sheltering them, and police would break into people's houses illegally.
Hmm.
It's like Germany all over again.
Yeah.
It's Germany all over again with the Nazis and everything. It's kind of concerning right there. This is Trump's America, guys, where this shit's
just-
happening.
we have a pandemic. We have a race relations that probably the worst it's ever been, if not very close. A hurricane moved towards the Gulf Coast, and that's all at the same time, and an economic crisis, all at the same time.
I have the list. I made a list. So this is so far this year. World War III possibility with North Korea.
That was
Fires in
January.
Australia. Save the koalas. Corona
Yes.
news breaks. Kobe Bryant dies. Corona
Yes.
erupts. Extended spring break. No one leaves their house. Murderer wasp. Ebola returns. Huge asteroid to come near Earth June 6th. Possible large volcano eruption in United States.
An
I'm like-
asteroid. An asteroid. That's like the one thing that could top everything you've had so far, and we got it coming.
Oh,
Guys, I live 6 hours away from Yellowstone. Imagine how I feel.
right? It's just crazy. But someone had the gall to comment on that post that I shared on Facebook. Said it's going to be so close at 3 million miles away, and I was like, in retrospect, that is really close. If you think about how many miles it has traveled in general and how big space is to just our knowledge, we only know
3
exactly
million
how
miles
big
is-
space is because of limitation. Plus,
Mhm.
if it were to slightly change its course, it could hit Earth.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. I will go on a rant. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I'm concerning you've already gone on a rant today.
I've been on a rant.
We've had a
Like-
few.
My
I went
dog is
camping.
using my chair to scratch her back.
I went camping the weekend of that you guys didn't really hear from me.
Was that
Um,
last weekend?
yeah, it was the 30th and I didn't get home until the 31st.
Yeah.
So we went camping. My mom's tire blew and we were stranded, and then we had to like put the donut on there, and then we tried looking for tire places left and right, and we couldn't find any. So we had to go all the way up to Kanab because the other place we were going to were turning people away. And then we went up to Kanab, and my grandfather kept bringing and like egging things on, and so everybody was fighting left and right, and it was horrendous. And before we even left, I snapped at my grandfather. He kind of screamed at my little cousin who's trying to potty train and learn, and so I was trying to handle that. And he come because he was already ticked off about a lot of things. He, in the back of my ear, he screams at my cousin, and so I turned around and told him to shut the hell up. Oh, he was not happy with me, and then we went off on each other. But it's cool. And then he tried to raise his voice to at me to play dominance, but that didn't work with me. And then I had a fight with my brother, and then oh god, it was just left and right on that. And then all that stuff happened, and then I ended up dealing with kids, and the kids were being buttholes. And my mom finally got a new tire, and we ended up leaving. And we went the wrong way, so we ended up going to Lake Powell, which is in Arizona, and we didn't really mind about it. So after that, we turned around and went back to Kanab. My mom was falling asleep, so I took the wheel and drove all the way up to St. George, and then we got ourselves over in St. George safely.
That's a lot of driving.
Oh yeah, and then at St. George we redid everything. She bought oil for the car, this and that, and then she drove the rest of the way home, which that was a while. And so we didn't get home until almost 9.
My dad and my brothers drove all the way down to Texas to get a car twice in the last year.
I've been to Texas.
Like,
I lived in Texas.
I live in Oklahoma, and it's about a 4-hour drive to Dallas.
That's not terrible.
No, I've had that drive so many times in my life that like anything beyond 4 hours, I'm uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
So it's like that's like the most amount of driving I will ever do in one day. I can't be stuck in a car all day. I don't like it.
I've been out a few times because we've done driving to Disney, which is like 6-7 hours or so from Atlanta. So it's a 1-day drive, but like
we're so close to Disney, and I have to fly to go to Disney. I almost went to Disney this summer. We were gonna go actually on your birthday, Andy.
Nice.
Well, we're gonna go to the Volcano Bay. I think that's Disney. I'm not sure. It gets confusing.
That's Universal.
Orlando.
Volcano Bay is Universal.
Okay, so we were going to be close to Disney.
Yeah,
like but since I was like 6 years old.
Yeah. If you have, if you can get the Universal, you can basically get to both pretty easily.
Yeah, it was just like we were going to go to Florida, then we were going to drive across Florida for a day. We were going to wake up early. We were going to go to Volcano Bay, and then go back to our hotel that night. And then I had to cancel my trip because school decided to make
doing school.
And now I wouldn't even be able to afford it now. I don't know how I was going to be able to afford it in general.
I'm zoning out. Sorry, guys. I
was just looking at this.
How much would it be if I bought tickets to Paris? Expedia.com.
I don't think I would be going on my phone anymore.
Oh, thanks, laptop, for telling me that my battery will die in moment times.
Now.
Wonderful.
Crap. That's not what I wanted. Paris.
That's the best way for me to, pretend I'm going on a beach vacation is to continue watching Just Go With It. Andy, I've seen it 5 times this summer.
5? 7 felt like a week.
Yep.
Oh my
It's a good
gosh.
movie. I've fallen asleep.
My
I don't.
birthday.
I've seen the movie so many times now that
Like
I
quote
just know the
lines.
ending. I can fall asleep to it. It's a good movie to put on at the end of the day.
I say falling asleep to a movie is not normally a good sign.
It is a good sign for me because that means I know the ending versus me having to
Fair.
force myself to stay awake until
That's
the end.
fair.
Which
I
is
fall
what
asleep.
happens when I watched Spider-Man Into the Universe.
Spider-Verse.
On my defense, I did not sleep much the 3 nights prior. And so I still, like, I was, like, forcing myself to stay awake so I knew what the ending was.
I usually fall asleep with Holes or Brave or any Disney movie at that because I've seen them already. I
I-
just
Okay, I was about to
need
say, I
it to
did-
soothe my.
I was
I never liked the movie Holt. I don't know what it is, but, like, I can't.
Abby,
Oh my God,
no.
I've seen it.
Abby,
I've
stop.
seen it
Abby,
multiple
be quiet now. Abby, no.
I think the
Listen,
storyline was
Mike.
good. I just didn't like the movie itself.
Oh, maybe I should fix that. I looked at the prices from Salt Lake to
Is it around
Okay.
$2,000?
it's like 1,500. This is why I'm doing New York. It's originally what I was doing was New York.
See, it's
Hmm.
showing me as $1,800, but the only place I would go is to Dallas, and then from Dallas straight over to Paris.
Let me do this.
So-
Let me see this actually. Since we are doing this now.
So
Um,
it's actually a lot cheaper if you travel outside from New York. No joke.
But the thing is, I think I will have it easier since I'm in Atlanta. So
I don't even know.
See, the cheapest route if you leave from New York to Paris,
baby.
it would be $656.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to.
But this is around my birthday for next year, so.
Oh, I was looking around my birthday this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard
Not bad.
to get a flight this year because it's like next week.
Yep. I'm still mad, guys. I canceled my entire trip to Florida so I can go to school, only to be told that we're not going to be having school. I mean, I still have like another class,
Ooh.
but I was like, I canceled my entire trip.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
By the way, I'm
Yeah, I
still
want
like down to watch Just Go With That at any moment. It's a really good. We could watch it tonight.
I have got to watch Eurovision for my. I'm on like a. I guess I had to explain the whole Eurovision thing, but like,
Be quiet.
should I go into the whole spiel? Like, we have time. Okay. So basically, it's a song contest. It's like American Idol sort of thing on steroids,
Maggie.
where it's like,
Sorry, my dog's whining.
no, it's fine. Like
She's telling me
countries.
she won't do anything.
So basically, countries all over Europe like kind of send songs. And they all compete to win and host it the next year. And since obviously the whole thing was canceled just because of the coronavirus, but like usually it's like this big TV thing where like something like 200 million people watch it every year.
Yeah. I'm one of those people that are not into big things like Riverdale, Stranger Things, the movie It.
It?
Yeah, you know
Oh,
the movie that made the whole entire world decide that they're gonna be chased by clowns.
Yeah. Okay. Took
That
me a
movie
second.
was disturbing. But I watched it at the drive-in, and I love the drive-in because you can play on your phone, and no one's gonna have a problem.
Mm.
That's how you distract yourself from movies that you don't like World War Z. I didn't like that. I played on my phone the whole time. I
The
wanted to
whole
watch the
time.
second movie. I was there for the second movie, not the first movie. I don't remember
Yeah.
what the movie was at the time, but with the drive-in, you kind of have to watch at least the first movie.
Yeah.
To get a good parking spot because people will leave people will leave after the first movie, but it's just a lot of traffic going out. A little bit harder to get in. But I love the drive-in. They just opened back up. They're only showing one movie at a time now, not two. But it would be you watch 2 movies for $7, which is
That's not bad at all.
a
Compared
steal.
to yeah.
I don't
Compared
know
to
why
actual
they-
to the movie theater.
I love the drive-in. I've heard that they're going out of style, and I'm like, why?
If then they've had to coming back with the pandemic.
I get some movies like Superman, Batman versus Man of Steel or whatever it was called. That was darker, so it's harder to see because you're not in a dark space.
Yeah.
Lights everywhere. So some movies are not ideal for a drive-in, but watching I forgot the movie. You know the movie that has all the emotions?
Inside Out?
Inside, yeah, that one. That one's a good movie to watch. Other than where they went to that disposal of memory area. I mean, a lot of movies are good for the drive-in. They're just a select few that you probably shouldn't watch at the drive-in.
And things you don't really know until you go.
I hate Paranormal Activity. It made me it gave me motion sickness. Yeah, they're on YouTube.
YouTube?
Yes. That's my brother. Hey, Andy.
Hey.
Hello.
Let me see if I can find it. I have the key somewhere.
It's been 2.5 hours almost, guys.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I smell food. I should probably wrap this up soon.
Might as well, because we've been talking all sorts of different topics.
You
the first thing
a long time ago.
and the first topic we started talking about was me ranting.
I mean, that's really most of what we have to talk about right now.
Yeah. Other than us guessing when season 4 is gonna come.
Season 4 is never coming.
We could just end the live stream, but continue talking.
Season 4 is not going to come, guys, because if you keep antagonizing them, they're going to cancel season 4.
Yep.
Is that how it
No.
The fans wanted it so much, so there was no more season 4. I'm sorry.
There's no more season 4. You guys, I'm sorry to inform you, but season 4 has been canceled. It won't be released until 2022. I'm so sorry for all of it. You'll just have to suffer with 2020. 2020 is the year that cancels everything.
It's terrible for us, honestly. We have to just stand up the fan account.
Everything's been canceled.
We're so sorry for your loss. Just please, when you go to a meetup and wear masks, make sure you're 6 feet apart, and at least you can wave and yell at each other, and that will be enough for yourself. Please, please, please do not forget your mask, because if you forget your mask, then you're a terrible person in general. You side-eyed it, Andy. You're like,
you are a terrible person in general. I was looking for my mask, and I was like,
okay, I must admit today I had a doctor's appointment, and I was sweating so much in my mask that I took it off, and then I went to Subway, and I could not wear my mask in there because my mask was disgusting, and I was like, nope, can't do it. Yeah.
You also, guys,
doctor's appointment, which was an hour and a half.
You gotta try and make this into a norm, because you know that Korea and Japan and China and all the other ones, they wear masks religiously, and you should probably take their example.
It's hard when it's forced upon you, and you're not used to it. So I think as long as I get used to it, it's just the masks that I like to wear are surgical masks, because of how you can tie them. It doesn't
Yeah.
try to blind me. Like it cut the mask that I've been wearing wants to cut my eye in half.
I have to wear, whenever I'm at work, I have to wear my mask from start to finish of my shift. So
Yeah, whenever I go back to work, I'm going to be wearing a mask for 12 hours.
Fun.
oof.
So much fun.
I'm going to love my lunch break a lot more than I have been.
Oof.
Lunch break is going to be awesome. Especially at work, my lunch break is, if I go to a specific break room, it's like far away from patients, and it's the best thing ever.
Whenever I go into the break room at my job, I close the door officially and then I pretend that I'm not there so people can't bug me. So I'm literally on my phone watching stuff and ignoring people.
Yeah, I normally take my phone down there, but then I have to connect to the internet because there's no service and the internet sucks at my workplace. Don't get me wrong, I love my workplace. Just the internet's not good.
That's the only thing I need to rely on is my internet because my phone's been off for like a week or so. So this shit happens when you're financially struggling.
At my workplace, when you connect to the internet, if you get off of your phone, like to do your job, then it unconnects to it. So then you have to reconnect and re-accept the terms and conditions, and it's just
That's
annoying.
awful. That's the absolute worst.
Yeah, that's why I always use my data besides my lunch break because there's no signal in the basement. So.
When I went to the hospital, our hospital in Payson is like not the greatest hospital ever, but it's also a dead zone for cell phones. So we have to like literally connect to the internet or else we cannot communicate with anyone.
Yeah, it makes sense though because there's just so much metal and so many things in the hospital that it just blocks stuff out.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're needing it, you would want it.
Kind of sucks. It kind of sucks when you need it.
Especially if like someone's like you need to get a hold of someone and you need to use your own phone or whatever, and you can't because there's no call. But yeah. Well, we probably should end this live stream. We keep going on.
Sorry, y'all.
But we can continue talking, but my dog needs to be let out.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't know if you can hear her whining, but she's whining to be let out.
And I have to get ready. I have to start drawing stuff and doing surveys and getting ready to release my first pin on my store. So
I need food, so
I have Dr. Pepper. Like next to me.
I will commission you when I return back to my job because I wanted to commission a few things from you, but then I not lost my job. I've been furloughed.
No, yeah, same here.
And I'm like,
I'm just on medical leave. I'm so sorry for you guys. I'm just on medical leave.
No, I mean, I'm actually not in a bad spot. I mean, I'm at home, so I'm with my parents. I'm not like needed for like financial stability or anything.
I walked into my job today to give them my doctor's note, the second doctor's note, and the girl I babysit for, she was in the kitchen, so I walked over into the kitchen slightly, and I said hi, and she's all like, "Please tell me you're coming back soon," and I'm like, I lifted the doctor's note up. She's been covering covering my Sunday shifts and stuff, and I'm like, I lifted up my thing slowly up to her, and she turns and looks me in the eye, and I'm like, "Oh, help babysit more."
I'm sorry, I didn't do this on purpose.
As long as it's my fault.
So I walk in and I go in and they give me a paper to give to the doctor so they can like sign it so that I am okay to be working again. And
I love that paperwork. It makes everything messy.
And so I have an appointment in 2 weeks on the 18th, and so that's what I have to do is take that with me. I put that on my refrigerator so it's not hard to miss. And and then
Yeah.
so I'm stuck at home for another 2 weeks.
Oh man.
But it's
Honestly,
okay.
I would
I'll
be
create
so
some stuff.
I would be so
Yeah.
jealous, but like I've been stuck at home for the most part of the past
3 months.
5 months. I'm like,
It's only a month for
Very
me, and I'm now going into a month and a half for me. So,
yeah. I mean, I've been able to get out. Like my best friend has, will come and pick me up and we'll go do random stuff. Or she's had a lot of stuff that she needed to get done, and so I went with her on that to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're being around a lot of people for the most part. So we've been safe, and even if we're just driving around, one day we literally just drove around the city. Like we drove around the entire southern part of the city. So
Honestly, that's like the best sort of experience you can have. Honestly, just get
yeah,
off a nice drive.
she was like, I don't know where we're going. I was like, you're driving.
Okay.
That's
You
you
know-
don't ask me for gas money, because like both of us, we're really good on like paying for each other on stuff. So it's not like we have to worry about that.
When
Yeah.
I went camping, I got to experience my first things because I've never driven out of state before, and also I've never gone down like a mountain before. So I got to experience both of those at my very first time. That was pretty fun. And I drove on an Indian reservation too.
Ooh.
That's always interesting.
Well, their law system is much more strict
Yeah.
and different, and so my mom was all like, "You need to be extra careful. You need to
Serena,
be extra careful."
I live in Oklahoma.
It's okay.
Basically,
I've
all Indian
lived everywhere.
reservations.
I've lived almost
entire
everywhere.
County that is Native American reservation, like an entire county. And we also went to Disney, Oklahoma. Let me tell you,
Nothing
Disney,
like the park.
Oklahoma is not Disney. It is Native American territory, and it was the most depressing trip of my life.
Aw.
It was small. It was really small. We drove through it. Don't get me wrong. It's just whenever a town is called Disney,
You get your hopes up.
Disney, we expect something like Disney related. And so I had my hopes up. And even though I was told very specifically, it's not what you think it's going to be, I still
I
had
knew.
Dang.
I wanted, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy and Max and that
Yeah,
person I can't.
reality check right there.
Big one. A big one.
It's sad.
Reality check right there.
I didn't even know Disney Oklahoma existed until then.
Hmm.
And then we were driving, and I was like looking at it. I was like, Disney Oklahoma, we have to stop.
Let's go. Let's go.
And then we went to this place called Monkey Island, and it was not an island, nor were there monkeys. So I have issues.
I've been a lot of places in the United States. I've been to almost pretty much all of the states. So
Have you
hi.
been to Oklahoma?
We
Or
drove through
Georgia.
Oklahoma, and we drove through Georgia too.
Okay, nice.
What part of Oklahoma did you drive to?
I don't remember. I was like 11.
Dang.
Well, there's the brown dirt Oklahoma, and then there's the red dirt Oklahoma. And red dirt Oklahoma is
I've also driven through Tennessee and Kansas, and I've been to North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, New Jersey. I've been up to Michigan. I've been over in Missouri. I've been in Virginia. I've been, I can go on. I've been to, and then I also have been in Oregon. I've been to Washington. I've been to Idaho.
Woo.
I've been to Wyoming. I've been to Montana. I've been to.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No,
Have you been to Alaska?
US.
no, but I
Have you been
want to
all
go to.
48 states besides that.
I haven't been to Florida either.
Dude, you gotta go to Florida. They've got lizards.
Yes.
They have no mosquitoes.
They have
I
alligators.
don't.
We don't need to talk about the alligators. We need to talk about the lizards because they're tiny, they're cute, and they don't bite.
Well, cute is relative.
I've been to New Mexico and I've been to Arizona and I can go on the list, man. I went to Nashville in Tennessee, man. That was nice.
Ooh.
I want to go to Nashville and I want to go to Dollywood. And
We drove past Dollywood.
Yeah, I was in the same area as the Smoky Mountain area. Just I think it was a Dollarwood, but I went to.
I've been
We'll
to
get at theme parks.
Minneapolis.
We drove
Hey, Kushi.
across. Yeah, we drove
We can talk
across. We drove. We drove
Yay!
across the bridge in Chicago. I remember that. That was fun. And
I've
then
been to Chicago, but I was only in the airport for like an hour.
So that doesn't count. That
What
doesn't
was
count.
funny though is that we thought we were going to be lost in Chicago, like because the airport's huge, and okay,
JFK is like the largest airport ever.
but I want to point out that like
No.
airports
Atlanta.
are really small, so I'm not used to big airports. So we walk out and we're looking at our tickets, and we're like, okay, we're in gate whatever. We look over, and right next to the gate that we came out of was the gate that we're going to go into. It was like, well, that was easy.
Pure luck.
JFK was like the most nightmarish airport I ever been in. It's so huge. It took me almost an hour to get to my gate. It was terrible.
Dallas Fort Worth has a big airport too. They have a highway that goes down the middle of the airport. Still trying to figure that one out.
Okay. Nice flex.
Minneapolis also has a big airport. They have a tram. I like the tram.
We have a train. We have an airport train. Get on our level.
Tulsa has it's shaped like that, and then you have like gate A and gate B, and that's it. You have like several terminal, whatever it's called. I don't know what they're called.
I've been to all three of the airports in New York area / New Jersey. It was the Newark.
Yeah.
And then I've been to La Quinta. No, not La Quinta. LaGuardia. My bad. I worked at La Quinta. Sorry, guys. I lived in La Quinta. I worked at
is better than LaGuardia. I'll say that.
I worked at a La Quinta, guys, before, so I'm so sorry. Yes, I recommend going through LaGuardia compared to JFK. I've had friends tell me difference between JFK and LaGuardia, but
I don't get to travel that often because I am broke.
Because I went through JFK leaving New York, and it was pretty bad because like getting into where you're supposed to head into your gate was nightmarish because it was pretty nightmarish. And then when I went through and got that done, it took me almost an hour to get to my gate. It was like a lot of walking and transporting through a train and continuous walking, and I didn't really, it was I hated it so much. And then with LaGuardia, I've been flying in and out of LaGuardia ever since. So I tried Newark for first time.
Florida.
Yeah, flying in and out of Newark, it was not a good experience for me, especially when it came to like finances, because you have to take a bus to and from Newark to get into New York City.
Yeah.
And that's just a lot of effort. And then LaGuardia, you can it's not really great, especially when they're doing construction, but you can at least walk to you can either ride a certain bus or you can walk to a certain bus to get to where you want. And usually the best place to get off is over at Queens, which is where there's like it has E terminal, like with the subways with E, A, I think there's C, F for one. Anyway, getting over to Queens was probably is probably your main goal when it comes to transporting into one of the subways. And when my first time going to New York, it was pretty difficult, especially transferring transportation and getting to point A and to point B. But since I've been going to New York much more and knowing how to get certain things to transport with no issues, it's been a lot easier. But LaGuardia, I say I'm more comfortable with LaGuardia as an airport than JFK.
I'm comfortable with my local airport because it's small.
Oh, I know.
And-
I know Salt Lake Airport from the back of my head.
I don't know mine, but I know how to get to where I'm wanting to go.
I just take the train. I trust the train in my life.
I would love to take a train like across the United States. I think that would be so much fun.
Yes, that'll be really fun.
Like
I remember
my town wanted to build a subway station, and they should have, but then everything blew up somehow, and now we're just good with transportation trains for like oil and cargo.
Yeah.
Versus like human beings. And I'm like,
the most important thing.
We have trains here too. So we've got the express train, and then we've got the inner trains system. So with the express train starts from Provo all the way up to Logan and back. So it's back and forth with the front runner. That would be considered the express train, which is a lot more expensive on transportations and stuff. But if you're like a student or whatever, you get the whole free transferring and stuff. And then with the inner train system, which is more of inside more of the town cities, they're called tracks. So with the tracks, there's blue line, red line, and green line. And green line is the train that heads to the airport. Red line is more of like West Jordan area. And then blue line heads up directly into Salt Lake. So, and it's a lot more cheaper too, but it takes a lot longer on transportations.
Yeah, we have buses in Tulsa, and you can have.
We have buses too, but yeah.
And then, it's just like the closest stop to my house is like 2 miles away, and I'm like, I'm not doing that in 100 degrees.
The closest bus stop where I live is about a mile.
Yeah. Like, I know people that take the bus or generally take the bus in Tulsa, and I'm like, good for you. I live in a teeny tiny town.
Yeah.
I live in a small town too.
I live in a small town that's outside of Tulsa. It's just Tulsa's the biggest town. But it's like 2 miles away from the only bus stop in town, except for the school buses. But I'm not.
Yeah. Not taking you anywhere, but down the street. I actually happen to be like around the corner from a bus stop, just that goes to downtown Atlanta. Like it's literally around the corner from here.
Nevada.
That's like freaking amazing. I'm so jealous that you have Insomnia cookies in Atlanta, and I'm like,
yes.
The one to me is an hour and 25 minutes away.
I've been to
5 minutes per cookie.
My My favorite place that I've ever traveled to, don't get me wrong, I'm not really big on the whole political um, but I will literally throw my heart out on politics. I like going to DC. DC was a really nice experience.
I'll say
Um,
that. Yeah.
So much fun.
Though I was kind of disappointed when we went to DC. The art museum was under construction, so I threw the biggest fit ever. I was not happy about it. But I've been to the Space Museum. I've been to all sorts of all different places. I got to see the cherry blossoms over there.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
It was
Yeah.
really nice. And I was more of like a history nerd. Even now I like history, so we went to like to the old Virginia town and stuff. What was it? Yorktown? Was it Yorktown? I'm not sure.
This is what I gotta see in DC.
Oh, I got to actually put my whole body against that.
Like, that was so depressing.
That's it.
Freaking cool.
I went up to that building and I laid my whole entire body against it and we took pictures. Like I was like against it, touching it and everything.
Sounds fun.
We drove past the Lincoln Memorial. We actually walked in front of the White House. We did walk around a lot.
Yeah. White House.
I've been in the subway system in DC before. That was pretty interesting.
Oh, that was interesting too.
Like,
did you go into Congress?
Not really sure. But I know that I walked around and we looked at a lot of things. There's a
That's the top of the bell tower looking thing.
We went to, I think, was it called? What's the famous museum over there? Isn't it it's not the Smithsonian, right? It's the
Well, the Smithsonian has like 20 different.
The museum. Yeah. Yeah.
It's Smithsonian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into the Smithsonian.
Well, there's like multiple Smithsonians. Like
museums.
I went to the air and I think it's the air one that has the airport in it. We walked on very specifically that I did not want to go upside down. And the device thing made us go upside down and I freaked out and I had a panic attack. I do not do well being upside down.
Dang.
DC is amazing. One moment.
When we went to the Space Museum, I was a little upset because they took us to the Space Museum, but I wanted to go to the Art Museum, so my parents ended up because I was so upset and everything like that, they ended up buying me a panda bear because they knew how much I liked panda bears. Yeah. What was it? I went to Busch Gardens too. That was fun.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
The name's out for the guy who in Buffalo who pushed down the man.
Oh yeah, they have him.
I'm thinking they are fast. Jeez.
There's people who are like literally quick. Like K-pop stands are gonna like go down in history. No doubt about that.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, look at this picture.
Oh, I've been horseback riding before.
Look at the horse.
So get off. I was like, get off of me.
That was the first time I've ever seen a police officer on a horse.
You can. I've seen them before in New York.
Yeah,
I know that
in New York.
Here, but like not that common. You're more likely to
Cookie. I mean, who she was saying. Poor horse.
Uh,
I would
yeah.
show you my crazy, some of my crazy pictures, but I can't because there's people in them. But I love DC. My experience in DC was so much fun, but it was exactly 1 month after my mom died, so it was just like very weird timing. Which actually, I was supposed to leave a week after my mom died, and we got snowed out, which ended up being good for me because that gave me a little more time.
To grieve, yeah.
It was crazy. But you know that statue of men putting the American flag into the soil? I have a picture of it, but it's really dark. Like, can't even see it.
Yeah, it's so just the reflection.
That was the first night that we were there, and while that was happening, there was a police chase going down on the highway behind us. Oh, and also we got there, right? And we go and we put our stuff in our hotel, and we're like, okay, it's like noon at that point, so we're like, we're gonna go eat. So we decided to go to Chili's. I did not make the decision, but we started walking, and we probably went maybe like half a mile one way, and then we found out we're going the wrong way, so we had to turn around and backtrack. And then my teacher was like, make sure you cross the crosswalk in the time that's allotted, because if not, you're going to get run over. And it was like, thanks.
You know what? So I've been going to New York for a few years now, and you should never, ever think that you know how the subway system works.
No.
Even if you're very much aware of a thing, very well aware of the situation and stuff. Okay, so when I went to New York a few months back in November, I don't know how I did it, but even this shocked Ken and her mother and everyone else. I managed to get onto the express train without getting caught.
Okay.
And I went all the way to a certain place, and then I was stuck there trying to figure out where Ken was, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not. And we figured out where I was at, and we're both like saying, oh shit, how did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know how I did that.
I just got on the train.
She's like, how did you get onto the express train without them ticketing you or anything? I'm like, I don't know.
That's a very good question.
And this was the time, this was the day we were supposed to go and gather things up for the convention.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were going to go over to her house and like prep for the convention and get things ready so we can go in the morning. And so here I am, literally stuck in an unknown town, and she had to like send me, because I was waiting for my paycheck to hit. My mom was going to pick up my paycheck, and so I didn't have a lot of money when I came into New York, and I was waiting for my money to be put in my bank. And so Ken had
to a fun time when you're lost and you don't have much money.
Yeah.
And so Ken had to
terrifying.
So Ken had to like send me money through PayPal so I could get back through the train. And then she finally found me, and she's like, she just shook her head. She was like, why? How do you do that? And I'm like, oh, and then we were talking about it, so like in 20 years we're probably gonna laugh about this. And
for sure, yeah, definitely.
And when I went to Minneapolis, I was like, okay, so I got dropped off. I was picked up from the airport. Then I got dropped off at a museum because I really wanted to go to the museum. And then afterwards, I was like, well, I'll just jump on the subway and go back to the town that I was going to. But then they're like, the museum people were so nice, but they were like, well, you'll probably want to go this way, but it's a ghetto, so be very careful. And then they're like, but the other way is going to be a lot longer. And I was like, I'm getting an Uber.
Yeah, probably the best
You know
idea.
what? You know what?
Like,
It wasn't.
you need to be very careful when you go into the ghetto. And I was like, why is there a ghetto?
So it wasn't the previous time out, but it was the last year, so 2 years ago. So I was getting into the subway and I was heading home and stuff like that. Well, I got on the right train, but went to the wrong direction.
Oh, that's
And
not
so it went all the way up past Manhattan. And so we got there and I had to wait for the train because, the train wasn't going to leave for another 30 minutes. So I just chilled and everything. And then went back the other direction where I needed to go. And so I finally get to the stop that I'm supposed to get off. And I get off and it's almost 3 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm not walking home. I'm not walking. Even though it was like a few blocks away or whatever, I was not going to walk. And so I ended up calling I don't know if it was Uber or Lyft, but I was one of them, and I had a driver pick me up and take me.
Like 4 blocks.
It was like half a mile. So
Easiest $6 I've ever made.
And it was at like almost, and I didn't go to bed until like almost 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I had to get up at like 8 o'clock. And I told Ken what happened. It was, I can.
You'd like this.
Oh, it's Sailor Moon.
It's a musical box.
Music.
I have 2, and I love them.
Nice. Okay, well, we should probably stop this.
Yes. 3 hours now.
We only said that we would stop this about like 45 minutes ago.
We said it like half, yeah, exactly.
And then like 30 minutes ago.
Okay, well,
I'm on the
I gotta. Well, we better do that now. And then everybody's gonna listen to my rant later, so let's do this now.
Okay.
All right. Well, see you later.
Yes.
Hopefully. We at least need to like talk more. Maybe not always live, but we should talk more.
Yes, yeah. Face to face. Do we do this
across the country. All right. My dog says bye. I say
bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.